And welcome everybody to the Jim Masters Show live. How are all of you? It is really fantastic to see you guys. I love having an opportunity to get together with you every night at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, right here in the same spot in our home studio, beaming all across the globe internationally as we welcome you to the Jim Masters Show live. And guess what? I'm your host, Jim Masters. Good name for the show, right? It didn't take us a long time to think about what we should name the show. Why don't we name it the Jim Masters Show? And we'll add in live, since we are live just about every night. It's great to have everybody from all around the world. How was your day? Some of you I've seen on Twitter and Instagram and Periscope, Twitch, seen you on Facebook today as well. Really busy day. I was on the air with multiple shows for the radio show that I host. We were working on some scripts for some television projects upcoming, and we're upgrading even more some of our equipment and our systems here at the Jim Masters Show Live. There's some really cool upcoming things that are going to be happening. Don't forget to check us out on our YouTube channel. I'm doing a lot of things there as well at Jim Masters TV. Subscribe to the channel. And I just want to say, hey, how are you? I hope you guys are doing well. And it really moves me that you join us every single opportunity that you have. I realize you can't be here every day. You have life, you have things to do. But boy, do I really appreciate when you are here and all the great comments and all the activity and the sharing of the links and sharing of all the positivity and everybody telling everybody about the episodes. And whenever we post things that are coming up, you guys get all excited and you tell everybody, and then you watch and binge the episodes on our YouTube channel and share the links. It's very cool and really, really appreciate that. That's what helps the show grow, and more people worldwide get to be exposed and they get to enjoy the entertainment and the fun and the inspiration and the great commentary and conversations we have and so much more. I mean, this show is really, it's got something for everybody because it is a entertainment lifestyle talk show, and I'm your host, your talk show host, Jim Masters here. So we do everything we can to put smiles on your face with lots of levity. Show is all about light, love, and levity, and levity as we call it. We toast all of you as well, wherever you're watching around the world, whatever time of day or night it happens to be. We say cheers to you and you and you, and thank you so much for making us a part of your day today. Rather smooth. Very, very nice. How sweet it is. There was Jackie Gleason that would always say that, right? Boy, do we miss Jackie Gleason. He was one of the classics. Good to see everybody. All of the characters are here. We'll show them at the end. George and Jeannie and Gilligan. And of course, Silver is here. Jimmy. Lin is over there. I got to get, I think this weekend, I know you guys are asking about the big panda Lin. We're going to bring Lin in. The orange is there for you as we're celebrating fall. And let's check out how everybody's doing. We do have an amazing guest. We have an iconic singer and entertainer coming to us live and direct from the greater Chicago area in the United States, in Chicago, Illinois, JOSIE Falbo, and she's amazing. We were having just an amazing conversation. We have so many great chats with the guests before we even go live on the air. And we were talking about, you know, the work that I do in television and radio. We were talking about her illustrious career as well and comparing notes and just having a good time. She's going to be with us in just a second. But first, let's greet some of the amazing lovities. I know you guys love when we have a chance to do that. So I always love doing that. This is one of the few shows that really is very viewer interactive and viewer centric. It's not just, you know, of course, it's about me. I'm the host, right? I'm the producer and the host. But it's also about you guys, too, the lovities, the viewers. And when we have guests, it's about them as well. So, Christine, we'll get it kicked off right now with Christine Clifton, who's always first to the race. She always wins the race. She's always first. Greetings, Jim and lovities. We welcome singer-entertainer JOSIE Falbo to the show tonight. Looking forward to the conversation and great music in Lovity Hall. Now, JOSIE already knows all about Lovity Hall. She knows about Mr. Lovity. She knows about becoming a lovity, and you guys are lovities. She loves the idea. All the guests love the fact that you guys are going to induct them into Lovity Hall of Fame here, because they say it feels like getting a Grammy, a Tony, an Emmy, an Oscar, maybe even a Peabody. Kathy Short says, good evening, Jim, and our lovely family from Cleveland. I hope you're having a fantastic day, a great day. It's funny how I changed that and I added it to fantastic, huh? Great and fantastic works. You guys are watching on the YouTube channel. That is awesome. We're doing some special things on YouTube. We have the incredible Irish flautist, who is a dear friend of mine. She's been in a couple of specials on television and much more, live and direct from London on Monday, 3 p.m. Eastern, a very special show with Ema Magoon, and she's going to perform live. And she's incredible. She's going to be here. That's going to be exclusively on YouTube. And then this Saturday, we're doing a Halloween costume party this Saturday. That's right. That's exclusively on YouTube as well at Jim Masters TV. So make sure you check out the channel and you subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell so you don't miss any of the notifications, because we've really in the last several months ramped up a lot of other content that we're posting on there in addition to all of our series here. So good to see you, Kathy Short in Cleveland. Don't forget, if you have Halloween photos you want to send, so they will be shown on our Halloween costume party show this Saturday night, get them to us by this Friday. Send them to jimmasterstv@gmail.com. That's jimmasterstv@gmail.com. It doesn't have to necessarily be costumes. If you can't find a costume picture of you when you were a kid in a costume, or your kids or grandkids in a costume, or you in a costume now, if it's Halloween oriented, send it to us, and maybe we will. Some people have sent some decorations and displays, so you can send those along too, and hopefully we'll try to get them in and show them on the show Saturday night. We're having a Halloween costume party, and we've got some special guests too. Merlin in Innerkip, Ontario, Canada. We love having you here from our wonderful neighbors to the north. Good to see you, Merlin. She's all ready for Halloween with her profile photo. Mary Bishop, good to see you, Mary. Welcome to the show. Hi, Lovedies. Jennifer doing couch wiggles because she loves the theme song to the Jim Masters Show live. Good to see you, Jennifer. And hi, Willie from beautiful Holland, the Netherlands. Hello, my dear friend Jim and all the Lovedies. We love having you here as well. And thanks for staying up for us here. We appreciate that very much, Willie. And Anne is here reporting for duty from beautiful Southern California. We have a lot of family and friends in SoCal, and I was there last year a couple of times for some TV shoots and hope to get back out there soon. And if you're out there, I'll let you know when I'm out there. Maybe we'll get together when we are able to go to lunch. Hello, everyone. Hope you're having a blessed day. You as well, Anne. It's great to see you. Love that you're here all the time with us. And Wozniak is here. Hi, Jim and all the Lovedies. This is going to be a wonderful evening. Absolutely. Josie is here. She's actually in her studio. She and her engineer, Jim, as well, we've been working together on this for weeks. And he's been a great help to her, and we've been putting it all together. She's in her actual studio where she recorded her latest CD, and she's going to perform live for us as well. So it's a real treat tonight. We're going to talk about her career. We're going to bring you guys involved as well. So we got a cool show in store for you, as we try to do with every single episode of our show. Hi, Jim and all Lovedies. Wonderful evening. Absolutely. Juanita in South Africa is here. Good to see you, Juanita. Hello, Jim and everyone. Hello to you, Juanita. Willie is toasting as well. Crystal Nolan from Connecticut is here. Hi, Jim and everyone. Happy Wednesday. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Looking forward to an exciting show with amazing music, inspirational conversation, and levity. I like the way you wrote that. You're starting to sound like me, Crystal. I know. We met each other. You've followed me for years and still follow me on public television. Matter of fact, in next month, I will be at the public television studio. We're going to be working on a cool special for Trans-Siberian Orchestra, and they're going to be doing a virtual Christmas concert event. So I will be in the studio, and you'll see me on. We're working on that special. We're going to be shooting and filming at public television next month. I'll keep you posted on that, Crystal, and everybody here. Kathleen Walker, hi, Jim and everyone. Good to see you. Hope all is well. You're in New York City. It's fabulous to have you with us as well. Hope you're doing well, Kathleen, and I can't wait till we get together. Miss our, getting together. Ralph Lampkin Jr. is here. Good evening, Lovedies. Very busy man, dear friend. He's here watching in Indiana. We appreciate him being here as well. Hope you're doing well, sir. Willie, you're looking good. Why, thank you very much. Maybe I'll wear this all the time then. We love you, Jim. And thank you very much. I appreciate that. Is there any way I can print that one out maybe and just put it on a highway billboard? I would love to have that one. And we love you back too. Marcia Murphy Watson. Hello, lovelies. Good to see you, Marcia. Willie says it's her 175th episode of the Jim Masters Show Live. Wow. Your 140th of 175. Wow. Holy cow. I've lost count. We do this every day. Hi, Jim and all our lovelies. Marilyn in Wichita, Kansas. As always, you're here. We love it. Hope you're doing well, Marilyn. Thanks for being with us. And cheers from Ann and Merlin and Mary. And Jennifer is drinking Coca-Cola. She's boring tonight. Yeah, usually you have Jameson whiskey. Good to see you. And you're in Allentown, Pennsylvania. H2O, always good for you. Sharon DeMaria, happy Wednesday evening. Good to see you, my friend Sharon in Connecticut. Merlin says, welcome, Josie, to Lovely Hall. You have just become a Lovely. Yes, absolutely. Hello, Mr. Lovely and all the Lovelies. Welcome, Josie, to Lovely Hall as well. So happy you're here. So let's bring her on. I first want to tell you just a little bit about her extraordinary career. She is an amazing individual. She's a fabulous individual. There you go. This just came out. This fantastic album just came out. They were talking about the fall of 2020. And we're very excited to tell you more about that. Josie is and has been one of Chicago's busiest and most frequently heard studio singers for over 35 years. And she's heard on countless commercials. We were just talking about that. She was singing a little bit from Midway Airlines for me off air. She was singing a little bit from Hallmark. I know a lot of you love the Hallmark channel, but she's actually sung some of the fabulous commercials for Hallmark cards. Heard on countless commercials in various languages too, including McDonald's, Mr. Clean, Sara Lee, Oscar Mayer, Green Giant, United Airlines, Old Style, Nationwide, Coke, Midway Airlines, Budweiser, plus many other commercials heard in other countries, as well as Cruisin USA video game too, and hit records in both the United States and overseas. Josie's talents have been utilized by so many on 4 different continents. Josie's singing career, which is illustrious, began singing in Italian and English when she was 19 months old, not years, months old. Josie had won voice scholarships in both high school and college, performed solo at the Lyric Opera House, using her multi-range voice in both the classical and pop idioms. Vocally, she can deliver the gospel power of Mahalia Jackson, rock as hard as Pat Benatar, Be-Bop with the best of them, or perform today's contemporary hits with a style and sound that will amaze and impress any audience. Josie's diverse vocal abilities have been really utilized by numerous artists, ranging from Celine Dion to Michael Jackson, Earth, Wind, and Fire, Michael Bolton, he's a dear friend, Ben Vereen, Vic Damone, Nancy Wilson, Dennis DeYoung from Styx. I interviewed him on public television a few years back. Loleatta Holloway and James Durst and Yolanda Adams, Della, Reese, Mavis Staples, to name a few. Josie was one of the last artists, actually, to be signed to the label that originally signed the Beatles, which was right in Chicago, Illinois, USA, called Vee-Jay Records. Josie can also be heard on the re-recorded sequences of the recently restored Orson Welles classic film Othello on the TV show ads for Dave's World, as well as a theme song for the TV show Chicago Story and more. 2006, Josie was inducted into the Order Sons of Italy Hall of Fame for lifetime achievement in the arts. Josie's work with Chicago's critically and internationally acclaimed Lakeside Singers has been seen and heard by thousands on television, as well as in person at the spring and Christmas shows. Her solos at the shows have brought down the house, brought tears to people's eyes, and commanded multiple standing ovations. Josie is one of Chicago's, again, busiest singers, whether it's working with orchestras and bands at clubs, corporate events, or concerts, or cantering at the Lady of Pompeii Shrine in Chicago, backup singing for various shows in Chicago, recording sessions for artists or commercials, and more. Josie's voice still reigns supreme. And it's my pleasure to welcome her to our show live here today for you. Again, that is the latest album. Here she is. I love that shot too. I love that particular shot. Live and direct from the greater Chicago area in her beautiful studio. Iconic singer and entertainer, exclusively on the Jim Masters Show Live, the one and only Josie Falbo. Josie, welcome to the show. It is great to have you here. And it's nice to see you there in your studio. How are you today?
Excuse me. Oh, I'm fine. And I'm very happy to be here and most especially happy to be inducted to the Loveity Hall to become a Loveity. Yay!
Yeah, see, I tell
Highlight
you.
of my day.
I was going to say, you worked all these years. You did all that schlepping and blood, sweat, and tears and all of that to get to this point of being a Loveity on the Jim Masters Show Live.
Yes,
How
yes.
does that make you feel?
Oh, I'm thrilled. Just thrilled. I love all the comments. It's wonderful that people are interacting and enjoying, and it's really cool. I like it.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Yeah, I'm very interactive and viewer centric and communal anyway. So this lends itself to that beautifully, Josie. And I'll show you some of the love and lovity that's coming your way. Merlin in Canada says, welcome, Josie, to Lovity Hall. You have just become a Lovity. So you're there. You're in the mix now. Sherry Schoenline says, hello, Mr. Lovity and Lovities. Welcome, Josie, to Lovity Hall. We're so happy you're here.
Aww.
Isn't that great?
Yes.
And Anne says, oh, she's got her costume ready for our Halloween costume party that we're going to be doing. That's awesome. That's good, Anne. She's in California. And let's see, we've got some more. Oh, Jim is here. Hi, Jim, watching on YouTube. Merlin loves our background and the kaleidoscope in the background. Thank you very much, Merlin. Mary Bishop says, welcome, Josie. Great to meet you.
Hello.
And she's in Pine Island, Florida, I believe. And Kathleen Walker. Hi, Josie. Welcome. She's in New York City. Willie, who's in the Netherlands, where it's like 20 after 1 a.m. She never misses the show. I know. That's real lovely. Welcome, Josie. To the best show in the world, the Jim Masters Show. Have fun. Gee, it's beautiful for her to say that. Thank you, Willie. And Anne says, hello, Josie. Happy you are here. Marilyn in Wichita, Kansas says, welcome, Josie. You are a Lovity. Juanita in South Africa, where it's like 1 a.m. Welcome to the show, Josie, live from South Africa. Wow, what a career. She was listening to my introduction and the amazing things that you've done and continue to do. Wow, you've been a busy lady. Welcome, Josie. Glad you are joining us. Jennifer says, hey, Josie, Jen is Zen. And Mary Bishop checked you out on YouTube. Outstanding voice. Of course, yes. And welcome to the land of Lovity, Josie from Kathy Short. And claps from Marcia. Again, lots of great lovity here. Hi, Jim and Josie. Good evening from Cynthia Ray. Christine says, welcome, Josie, to Lovity Hall. You're now a Lovity. Glad you are with us tonight. And Ralph Lampkin Jr. Hello, Josie and Jim. And Jim Assoth, the engineer, is working beautiful wonders with you as well. It's so great to have you here. Again, welcome. You've got an illustrious career, and we're going to hear some of your work too. But I'd like to go back in time a little bit and find out how you first, realized that this was the kind of thing you wanted to do. You wanted to sing and you wanted to entertain and you wanted to perform. And I know we were talking about how being a studio, a session singer, a studio performer, which I think is fantastic, led you into a lot of jingle singing, a lot of singing for a lot of major companies and products. And I think that was fantastic. But even before that, when you were that little girl running around in the house, did you always want to sing? Were you always singing? Tell us about some of those early inspirations for you, Josie.
Well, I always wanted to sing. I always knew I wanted to sing. There was no doubt in my mind. That's what I wanted to do. From early on, when I was very, very young, and I had a very supportive family, and they realized I had this talent and gave me every opportunity to sing and encouraged me and I was really surrounded by music. My mom sang. She was not trained, but she had a very beautiful natural voice. And my sister sang professionally for a while as a very, very young girl. And all my cousins sang, and my godmother, who lived upstairs, sang. So it wasn't unusual for me to begin chirping at a very, early age.
And
And
what were you chirping? What were some of the things that you were singing along to that you were hearing that really turned you on early?
um, there was at the time my mom was listening to the radio, and of course I don't know. I was 19 months, according to her,
That's
and
amazing.
whatever was playing on the radio, she just heard singing, and she turned around, and it was me, singing along with the radio, whatever was being played. And consequently, every time that happened, I would just sing along with it like I knew the song. And then she realized, well, the kid could sing, she's got that talent.
The kid's got
Let's have her
chops.
do
Yeah.
it. And so consequently, and then the other influence, the other things that happened that uh, gave me the impetus to keep singing was she used to take me with her to see filmed versions of operas.
Mm,
Because at the time, tickets were too expensive to the real opera. So we went, she took me with her. I was very young. I think it might have been 5 or 6. So at that time, that music really, really affected me and stuck in my mind. And I began to sing, the arias that from various operas like Tosca and Turandot and whatever opera, I mean, Puccini, Verdi,
yeah.
you know,
All the good ones.
Rigoletto.
Yeah.
So anyway, was familiar with all of that music, and that was another kind of impetus that it gave me to sing. And after that, let's see, it was my sister, my older sister, who had a lot of recordings of various artists. And some of the artists really, really impressed me as a young girl and influenced me in my singing, or at least I incorporated many of their styles and kind of mixed it together and hopefully came out with the way I sing. Um, People like Frank Sinatra
Mm,
and Ella Fitzgerald
mm.
and Sarah Vaughan and Mel Torme. These were her favorites. And so I was exposed to singers of that caliber
Yeah.
at a very young age.
Mm.
And those people really impressed me and left me with a great impression. And actually, it was great because that was how I wanted to express music at that time. It was like a validation of the way I wanted to sing, hearing them take off on the melody and not just stick to the melody, but embellish it and expand on it. And that's what I heard, and that's in my mind, and that's the way I wanted to sing. So it was great to realize that this is a valid musical expression, you know, and I just expanded on that, just kind of incorporated that.
What was, as you were going along, what were some of those early breaks and opportunities for you, doors that opened up that led you in that forward moving trajectory, that direction of, hey, I think I'm really going to be doing this for a good while? What were some of those earlier doors that
Hmm.
opened in opportunities for you, Josie?
Well, as a young girl in maybe around third or fourth grade, no, actually, it was first grade in school. I don't know. I really don't remember how they realized I had this talent, teachers, but somehow they did. And I found myself singing solos in various school productions. Uh, and that continued on through all my school days and high school too. Once they realized I had this talent, they just kind of put me out there, and every opportunity to sing I was given. Um, I think that's what you asked me, right, Jim?
Yeah, yeah. Some of those
Something
early,
about how I got it.
and then like, what would you say, maybe categorize as some of those early breaks, the things that really started catapulting you even further up the ranks?
Well, I was given a lot of solos, and that gave me a lot of confidence. And and it also solidified my desire that I love this. I love doing this. This is what I want to do, and this is what I'm going to do. And so I had many opportunities because of people giving me these opportunities to sing. They wanted to hear me sing. Yeah, well, gosh, even in my old neighborhood, my old neighborhood,
The old stomping
neighbors,
grounds. Yeah.
yeah, my old stomping grounds, neighbors would call me over to their stoop and say, "Come sing for us, Josie. Come and sing a song." And so I had lots of encouragement, and that just pushed me to keep on.
That's fantastic. Did you get involved with a lot of productions like plays and things within like community theater? Was all of that a part of what was happening for you as well? Or did you end up right in the studios?
No, there was not really a community theater in my old neighborhood. Most of the productions were being done in school, and of those I was a big part in grammar school and in high school. Whatever plays were happening, whatever musical productions, glee clubs, and Christmas concerts, and things of that nature. I had many opportunities to sing and to be a soloist and to just use my craft and hone it and practice it and grow.
Yeah.
So those were the opportunities I had.
Hmm. I love the fact again that you sort of created this wonderful career as a studio singer. Tell us about that. How did that happen where
Mhm.
you became such a prolific studio singer? And for the audience saying, okay, that might be watching who may not be familiar perhaps with what is a studio singer as opposed to somebody they see just on stage that's doing what they're doing. Um, how do you define a studio singer and some of the incredible work that you did within the studios?
Well, I guess a studio singer is one who, for instance, as an example, would sing background to various artists and, of course, sing radio and TV commercials and maybe TV themes. You're never really seen, you're heard, but you're one of the anonymous singers, which was totally fine for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's how I would define a studio singer.
Right.
Yeah.
Some of these voices that you've heard over the years, you might not know the name perhaps, but you know the voice.
Right.
Um,
Mhm.
yeah. There was
And
a
as far as jingles were concerned, I was singing live in clubs for full time
hmm
um, with my own group. And at one point, I had a group, a young singer join me, and he was the lead singer of a group called the American Breed, which had a really huge hit at one time, Bend Me, Shape Me. The group had, I think, broken up, and so he was working with me, but he had started doing jingles, and he's the one who told me, "You should do
You
this."
should get into
Yeah.
jingles.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And I said, "Well, I know it's cliquish, and I don't know how to sight read and blah, blah, blah." But he kind of urged me on and told me what to do, gave me a list of producers to send a demo tape to,
hmm
which I did. I made a demo tape and sent it over to these jingle producers in town. And lo and behold, I started getting calls. And even though I didn't know how to sight read, I could hear the melody once and really and memorize it quickly. So thank
Mm,
God for that, because I
yes.
really couldn't read very well. I kind of faked reading, but so that's how I started. And once, if you do a good job, and they keep calling you, and that's just how it snowballed. And that's what I did. And in the meantime, in the meanwhile, I taught myself how to sight read.
Mm,
Um, so that I wouldn't have to, lag behind while I read. These people were wonderful. I mean, they
yeah.
would put a chart in front of them and they would read it like you're reading the phone book, and
Yeah.
sing it
Yeah.
really
It was
fast.
just like nothing. Right. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and that was a definite skill that I needed to have.
So you developed that over time then, and
Mhm.
watching some of the masters around you who were
Yeah.
doing it.
Yes.
This is funny because Marcia says you have such a sweet little speaking voice. Are we in for a surprise? You know, like this little voice, and then all of a sudden, Ethel Merman comes out.
Oh,
That's
I don't think so.
yeah. Marilyn has something similar to what I asked earlier, as far as like what you consider a first big break for you.
What would that be? Oh goodness. I
Would it be
really
one of the first jingles that you sang that might have run for a long time?
well, there were quite a few of those,
Yeah,
and
I know you've
uh,
done so
I
many,
don't.
hundreds and hundreds.
Well, there may I don't know. There could be. I never, as I said, never stopped to count. But as far as the first big break, it might have been when just before I got signed to Vee-Jay. Uh, I won a contest that was held over the radio, and people would call in and vote,
Yeah.
whomever they liked. And there were, I don't know how many contestants there were, final contestants.
So
And
like American Idol before it was American Idol.
right,
Yeah.
this wasn't on TV, it was on the radio. And all the finalists got to sing live. And I won that contest. And part of that prize was a recording contract with Vee-Jay label. And
Which
so that was
is
probably
huge.
a good break for me, because once I started getting some notoriety that way and some recognition, and that kind of probably was a big break at that time.
How did growing up in a city like Chicago, which like New York and other cities, has such rich culture and arts and all different demographics and excitement and action, growing up within range of that area and working in that area, how would you feel it has influenced your style, your personality, the way you present everything, and just the overall presentation of Josie?
hmm Oh, yeah. Needless to say, that was of great importance, having all those influences and learning from all these multiple kinds of cultures and personalities and people. It was of great importance and very informative for me, and it did inform my singing to a great degree. And it was a boon, and it was a gift. It was lucky that I was able to experience that, because it was very helpful. And all of that was I didn't realize it at the time, though, that that was happening. I realized it later, how all of this was all very, very important in my development as an artist and as a singer. And so I'm very grateful to have that experience, to have the benefit of that.
Absolutely, being grateful is a beautiful part of it all, isn't it? The opportunities that have come your way and the experiences that have
hmm
been experienced by you as well. We were talking, you and I, before we went live on the air with the show, about some of those jingles that you have sung that might stand out. Do you remember some of them I know, and I've done the research. You have done hundreds and hundreds of them over the years. So we're doing it, that component of jingle singing, which for years, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, into 2000s, was really, really huge. Television stations used jingle singers, radio stations used jingle singers and studio singers. The TV show themes, everybody was using all that harmonious
hmm
sound with commercials, with everything. Are there a few that you remember that you might want to share with the audience, who might remember? Oh, wow, that was Josie. Oh, I didn't know Josie did that.
Well, they might remember the jingle, and so many of us. I had opportunities to sing some jingles as a soloist, and I did. I had my share. Um, I don't know that there's anyone in particular that they would remember my voice. Maybe Hallmark. The Hallmark has a way to make your holiday. Hallmark has a way. That was one that ran a long time, and the other one,
Very nice, very nice.
there were oh gosh, Jim, it's hard to pinpoint because
You
um
did Mr. Clean too, I saw. Mr.
oh
Is that
yeah,
Mr. Clean? Mr. Clean?
yeah, but that was a group. That was
Yeah, part of the group.
yeah, so you wouldn't recognize. The thing was to blend and to have a unified sound, and your personality was not to stick out. You had to be part of the group. So I don't know if anybody would pick out my voice in the Mr. Clean spots, but
But still, I mean, these things are iconic in so many different ways.
yeah,
And
like the
so,
Green Giant spots too. Although
oh yeah, Green.
Len Dresser was the voice of the Green Giant, so there
Ho
was a
ho ho.
right.
So
Yes,
you guys were the ones that did Green Giant.
that was it.
Really? That was you guys.
Hmm.
Wow. Did you hear that, folks? Green Giant. There she is.
Right.
Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean. Yeah. But it's kind of cool. I mean, because these things have become part of our culture, part of, you know what I
Hmm.
mean? Americana or what have
Right.
you, in so many
Right.
different ways.
Hmm.
Um, remember the guy that did the voice for, was it Parquet Margarine? All he would go was butter,
Oh
butter.
my gosh.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's all it takes is just to do that, and you've done quite well for yourself.
Hmm.
So 27 years doing,
Yeah. Probably. Yeah. I think I started 1975. It might have been. Yeah.
and that was a time when everything was a singing jingle. I'm a pepper, you're a pepper. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Everything had the singing jingle, feeling to it. Everything was sort of happy-go-lucky, and it was really,
Hmm.
really cool. Now, in addition to that, of course, the jingles fabulous, but United Airlines too, Sara Lee, also an Oscar
Hmm.
Mayer.
Hmm. And there were several Bud Light spots that were very, very popular, and of course, many McDonald's with
Do you
Ronald
remember any of
McDonald.
those? Any of the lines with
Oh,
those?
sure. The one was, well, of course, you deserve a break today, so get up and get away to McDonald's. That one. But of course, there was the other
I
one.
used to love that one, and I've often said that some of those feel-good jingles that we would hear in commercials, that we would hear, the jingle singers would sing the call letters to a radio station or a TV station
Yeah.
promotional campaign. I wish they would bring that back even more because I
Oh, me
think
too.
we
Yeah.
could use that feeling. You
Yeah.
deserve a break today at McDonald's. Could you
Mhm.
imagine if their campaign was that now during this year? You deserve a break from all
Oh
of this
my
chaos.
gosh. Yeah.
People won't go in, they'll do the drive-through, but which is what they're doing. The drive-throughs are
Right.
mobbed everywhere.
Yeah.
But just some of those feel-good things, I think, I really wish that they would return a little bit more because they just,
Oh,
you too, right? We were talking about that.
I'm with you on
Yeah,
there. That's for sure.
they're really good feel-good stuff.
Yeah.
But then, of course, developing an illustrious career too, as a singer in your own right. You mentioned 19 months old singing in Italian and English was absolutely amazing. But you also performed solo at the Lyric Opera House using your multi-range voice in both classical and pop idioms as well, too. What was that like?
Well, actually, I didn't sing pop in that particular instance. It was a classical song that I
Classical.
sang. It was the result of another contest that I had won. It was an all school, Chicago school. I don't know how they worded it, but
Yeah.
there were many contestants who sang, and I wound up being the winner. And that's I got to sing my song there in the opera house. And I remember looking out from the stage, and the Lyric Opera House is just magnificent,
Hmm. Hmm.
and the acoustics are wonderful. And I
Yeah.
got to sing this acoustically. There was no mic, and I remember thinking, how in the heck is anybody going to hear me? But once I started to sing, once we rehearsed a little bit, the acoustics were just absolutely wonderful, and it was so
Mm.
easy to sing. and I knew that my voice was carrying out there. But that was a thrill for me to
Oh,
see that whole
absolutely.
place filled up with students, parents, faculty, and
Mm.
schools from all over was filled, and that was a thrill. That really was.
Oh, I would imagine. Absolutely. Great honor. Cheering you on from Chicago, David Witter is watching.
Hi,
Yeah.
David.
Yeah. Marsha loved it when you were singing the jingles. Kathy says she remembers the jingles. Merlin says now they use songs. That's what they're doing. They're using songs from the
Mm-hmm.
60s and the 70s to promote, an antacid or something, where years ago it would be plop, plop, fizz, fizz. Oh, what a relief it is. Alka-Seltzer, all the, but then they had mascots too. They had Charlie the tuna, Morris the cat, Josephine the plumber, Madge with the Palmolive. I mean, it was just, they need to bring all that back. Josie and I, the two J's, we vote, bring that stuff back.
Oh gosh,
People love and
yes.
miss that stuff.
Oh, I certainly do,
Yeah.
for many reasons. Um,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
certainly do. Yeah,
Yeah.
things started to change. Even the sound, in many of those commercials, the product was readily identified and recognized. The product was mentioned, and then you knew what the heck people were singing about. And then it kind of changed, and they wanted to make it more like a record. And you would hear this music, and no one would know what the heck they were singing about. What is the product? That kind of changed. Also changed. They went from mostly the commercials were done by groups, say G5 to G8, maybe group 5 to group 8, and they started using singers who had unique voices.
Yeah. Right.
Had raspy voices, and they wanted kind of a raw
Mm.
sound instead of a
Instead
pretty.
of the sweeter, harmonious sound. Right.
Exactly. Yeah. So things started to change, and the industry dwindled. But you know what? I was happy to be a part of it when it was smoking, and
You're right. You're absolutely right. Absolutely. Which, I mean, that's not too shabby to have had that opportunity to be in it during the real heyday of it as well.
right.
I mean, that's incredible. Now, the diversity of your abilities, Josie, have been utilized by a lot of different artists. I mentioned in the introduction Celine Dion and Michael Jackson, Earth, Wind and Fire, Michael Bolton, Ben Vereen, Vic Damone, Nancy Wilson, and Della Reese. I mean, on and on. Tell us about that. That's pretty amazing.
Well, I sang background for Celine Dion live shows, and
What
that
was
was
that like? I
oh,
mean,
it was
let's
great.
pause. Did you hear what she just said, everybody?
She was great. There were about 8 of us, I think, that were doing background vocals for her. Excuse me. And she was incredible. She was impeccable. She was unbelievable. We were in the dressing room, waiting for our call, and the show was being piped into our dressing room so that we could hear where the show was and get ready to go on stage. As we were listening to her, we all looked at each other and we said, "My God, this sounds like a CD. It is absolutely perfect." She never missed a note. She was wonderful, and very down to earth, very nice and warm and welcoming to us. So that was a wonderful experience with Celine Dion.
Mm. How about some of the other performers you had an opportunity to work alongside in different respects?
Well, I would have loved to have met Nancy Wilson or Della Reese, but as it turned out, they had already recorded their tracks, so we sang to recorded tracks background. The actual artist wasn't there, and I was very disappointed. The same thing happened with, I think, Michael Bolton, that I never really got a chance to meet him because
Mhm.
the singers went in after everything was done,
Yeah.
and just added the sweetening. Excuse me.
And you're definitely not the type of person that would write to them and say, "That was me back there behind."
No,
Some people would do that, but you're very
yeah.
humble. Yeah.
We were all happy to be anonymous. We had a great working group. The people I worked with were absolutely wonderful,
Yeah.
wonderful singers.
Yeah.
And the musicians were top notch. Music was,
Oh,
for the most
yeah.
part, wonderful. You know, I didn't strive for anything else. I loved doing that. I was completely happy as a clam
How do
doing
you
that.
describe how do you describe your sound? Everybody describes their sound, whatever that may
Hmm.
be, and it could vary. Changes over the years. It morphs. It alters. But how do you describe the Josie sound?
Hmm. I don't know. It's kind of hard to be objective about yourself,
Yeah, true. That's very true.
from what other people say. I sound younger than I am. I was laughing at the beginning of the show. Iconic singer Josie Falbo. Iconic is another word for old, I think.
Or legendary,
They're in a
renowned.
sailboat, yeah. And but I sound younger. I have a younger sound, I guess, to most people. But I don't know. I'm
Would
just
you say it's more of a classical sound, a jazzy sound, a soulful sound? How would you or is it all of the above? It's whatever the project is, whatever the work is, whatever the material is.
there you
I
go.
can interpret it to match whatever it needs to be, and then add in my essence to it.
Exactly. You just took the words right out of my mouth. I mean, depending on what I was singing, what genre the song was in, what was required to make that song authentic in that particular genre. And so I'm kind of a chameleon. I think I can adequately represent those and give a good accounting of those. Those that the only one I think I would never attempt to do is country. I can't seem to ever get that wonderful twang that
Mm,
country singers have.
yeah.
But the other stuff, I think I can, probably because I love it so much, and I think those things I'm able to do and reproduce. Of course, I listen to wonder all these terrific artists that are experts in their particular genre, and so that was helpful for me.
Have you ever done any Christmas material, Christmas music, Christmas
You mean,
songs over the
you
years?
mean, you mean recording or performing?
Probably performing, yes, right?
Oh yeah,
Multiple
yeah,
times. How
all
about
the time. Yeah.
recording?
The probably the only you know what? I don't think so. We may have with the Lakeside Singers. We may have recorded a few Christmas things from our Christmas concerts, but me as a soloist per se, no, I don't. I don't think so. Actually, no.
Write that down, folks. We're going to have a Christmas album from her. Could you imagine her singing Silent Night?
That'd be great. That'd be fun for me.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I have some wonderful photos here too and I know you're going to perform too, but I want to show some folks. First, of course, was the one we showed earlier. And again, congratulations, Josie. I know it's a lot of hard work and there's a team of people behind you that help with this, and
Oh yes.
kudos to all of them. The recent CD releases, this one here. Tell us about this one. You Must Believe in Spring.
Well, that's the my new CD, and the song is a wonderful song that I'd heard years ago by a singer named Cleo Lane, whom you probably
Oh,
are familiar
sure.
with. Yeah, and I was looking for material to sing. I wanted to do some wonderful stuff and things that I always. This was a song that when I first heard it, I thought, "Oh, this has got to be on the CD. This is a
Mhm.
wonderful song." And the message itself in the song is so universal and timeless. And it was written by the wonderful Michel Legrand
Mm,
and the Bergmans,
mm.
who wrote the lyrics.
What names you just mentioned, huh? Talk about being responsible for some of the most incredible music of all time.
Oh,
Michel Legrand
absolutely.
and the
Yeah,
Bergmans. Wow.
yeah, yes, that's a
And
woman
Michel
who
Legrand, we just lost
I
Michelle
know.
recently. Was it?
Yes,
Yeah, just a year or
yeah,
so ago. Yeah.
yeah. A great loss. Oh God,
Yes.
just an incredible, incredible composer. And so that's how that album started. And I knew that would be the first song on the CD. And the rest of the songs are all songs that I've always wanted to do. They held great. They were very intriguing for me, and challenging in many ways. But they had the earmarks of songs that I seem to be drawn to, songs that have unusual melodies or and that are not especially easy to sing.
Mm.
They're not melodies that are beautiful, but not linear and not stepwise. They tend to be intervallic with some leaps and lots of strange intervals, maybe.
Mm. So you like a
Somehow,
challenge. You like a
yeah,
challenge,
yes,
right?
yeah.
You don't want it to just be the same rote stuff. If it's challenging, bring it
Mhm,
on to Josie.
mhm.
You like to really
And I
figure
like
it
those.
out.
Yeah, they appeal to me. It's not that I went looking for them. I mean, it turned out that these songs had these earmarks and these elements in them, and there are songs that appeal to me that I always wanted to sing. I knew, and I have sung some of them, of course, through the years, and so I included them on the CD. And Manhattan actually was one that I did not plan on singing, but Carrie Deadman, who did all these wonderful, superb arrangements on this CD, he's the one who suggested this tune to me. He said, "You'll love it. It's right up your alley. It has lots of leaps, there's intervals, it's not easy to sing." And when I heard it, just by happenstance, it was at the end of a Mad Men uh, episode.
Mm-hmm.
I hardly ever watch TV, so this must have been in the cards for me to sing this song. And I happened to just turn it on, and here was Ella Fitzgerald singing Manhattan. And when I realized, oh, God, yeah, this is a great song, and so I added it to it. And the rest of the songs, I think, were songs that I chose, except for Manhattan and A Flower is a Lovesome Thing, which Jeremy Kahn, our excellent keyboard player, suggested I should listen to. So, did I answer your question, or did I answer something completely off the wall?
A plus plus. You went here and then you did a little zigzagging and you brought it back.
Oh,
And that's the
God.
best way to do it. It's
Really?
not just from here to here, because that could be just boring. You made it interesting, which is what I like.
Oh,
Um,
good.
how about, have you ever toyed over the years with songwriting yourself, writing material?
I have.
Yeah, I know.
Not as much as I would like to. It seems that I don't know. I guess between working and taking care of my family, and
Yeah,
I just never, and maybe it just wasn't that deep of a desire for me to do. I have written some songs, and one of them is on my first CD, Taylor Street, Josie Falbo, Taylor Street, which is where the area where I grew up. My area is called Taylor
Taylor Street.
Street. It's a lot of Italian immigrants settled there, and it was a great old Italian neighborhood. At any rate, the oh, I forgot what I was going to tell you about. And it was interesting too.
And it was darn good, wasn't it?
Darn it! Oh man, this is terrible. I
Well, you
got
can always text me at 2 a.m. and tell me the rest. But
okay. Oh
you
no.
well, you were talking about songwriting.
Yes. Okay. So I wrote a song and a collaborate. I had the melody in my head and could not come up with lyrics no matter how hard I tried. So I engaged a couple of my singer friends, and they came up with some wonderful lyrics. So we had the song was "Love Found Me Just in Time," and we submitted it to the Billboard Song of the Year contest, and it actually won a prize. I think it was in the urban.
You know, there's a theme here, Josie. This
Mhm.
is the third time you had mentioned something submitted and you nailed it and you won. I mean, from childhood to what I think is so appealing about you too, in addition to your raw and phenomenal talent, is you're so humble about it. You're like, and you know, I think we actually took home the gold. We actually won that.
Well,
I think that's so refreshing that you're that way. You know what I mean?
Jim, there were a lot of contests they didn't win, so that
Sure,
probably added to my
sure.
humility.
Yeah,
There were
right,
many things that I tried, and bye.
right.
So
In and out quick. Next,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
So you
Uh,
won that. So that was one. And what happened from there? That's a great story.
well, I wish I could remember what the prize was. I think we got some sort of certificate, which was, really cool.
Mm,
However, it
yeah.
really didn't lead, to anything else. Our songwriting days came to a quick close because we were all busy doing jingles, and
Mm,
we were doing live performances. So I was working with two other girls we called sweetening, and which is a term used in the recording industry when you're
yes.
adding harmony. You probably knew that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Uh,
so
See,
we
I'm
were
a
doing.
Libra, so I'm all about balance and
Ah,
harmony.
okay.
I like things
Um,
that are harmonious.
what is your birthday, by the way?
It's
What I
September 24th. Yeah.
oh, you
Yeah.
just had a birthday.
We just had the birthday. Yeah.
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 Happy birthday.
Still in the glow of it.
Good. Good.
That's it. When is
So anyway,
yours? What
so
month?
I'm sorry. Oh, me?
Yeah.
June 12th.
So you are a
I think I'm a Gemini.
very nice.
I think I'm Gemini. I'd have to check that. I'm not quite sure. I think.
That's great. So you won that, which
Yeah.
again was fantastic. And did that bring you into anything else? Anything else happen as a result of that, or
No, not
it was just
really.
a nice thing to
Yeah,
have
we didn't
achieved?
follow up on that. We didn't.
Yeah.
Oh no, we did. We did. I did write a couple of other songs, but we never produced them or uh, make them into any kind of or submit them to anybody. But one interesting story about Love Found Me Just in Time was that one of the writers had access to Whitney Houston's manager, I think it was at the time, and
That's
got
a
to the
very important thing that have access to.
right, yeah. So
That's
she
very
wanted to
important.
be able to present it to Whitney Houston, and as I recall, she liked it, and it got down to the point where the album she was doing, she needed one more song, and our song was in the running with a couple of others.
Mm,
As it turned out, it wasn't ours that she chose, but came close
but it came
to being
close.
on a Whitney Houston album. And if it had, I would probably be in the Bahamas now sipping a mojito instead of.
Oh boy, and I would be there with you 6 feet apart, of course, in sandals in a lawn chair, interviewing you.
No kidding. Yeah.
I'd be saying, so how do you like that banana colada you're having over there, Josie?
Oh, crazy times, man.
It is.
Yeah.
She's somebody, obviously, we lost way too early. What a
Yeah.
voice, Whitney Houston.
Oh, my
Really
God.
extraordinary voice,
Yeah.
extraordinary.
No two
I don't
ways
even know if
about
she ever realized the voice that she had and the power of it.
it.
Extraordinary. Who were some of the people you mentioned early on when you were coming up the ranks, or when you were, a little girl running around the house? The influence of, what your folks enjoyed. Who are some of the people that you've always looked towards, that have inspired you, that you have, really taken a shine to over the years?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's quite a list, and it varies, and it covers multiple genre.
Is
It's
Shirley Bassey on that list?
I do like her, but she was not on my influential list. Although she's great, she's got a powerful, wonderful voice.
Does she? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So you
And
have the list and then you have an influential list. Who's on the influential
yeah,
list?
yeah. Well, I would say definitely Ella Fitzgerald,
Hmm.
definitely.
Yeah. Good one.
Anita O'Day, if you may remember her.
Sure. Yeah.
Sarah Vaughan, as I said earlier, Mel Torme. So you could see a pattern there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Lena
uh,
Horne
I do like her, but she was not a big influence for
on
me.
that influential list. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Streisand?
Annie Ross, from Lambert Henriksen Ross,
Mm.
and June Christie, and let's see,
Streisand?
Yeah, not really. Although she's incredible too.
Mm.
She's of course, it goes without saying.
Somebody just posted Etta James.
Oh, definitely. I was just going to say Etta James.
Marsha
Definitely.
Watson, Etta James, she said, yeah.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Mm.
Loved Etta James. And there were a few others.
How about the Diana Rosses, the Tina Turners, the Aretha Franklins, the Gladys Knights?
Oh, Gladys Knight is wonderful. And Aretha definitely would be on my influential list, definitely. And Gladys Knight is top notch too. As far as
Gladys Knight is extraordinary. I
better
saw her just about a year or so ago at a big gala event, and she was there with the Pips.
Cool.
What a show she still to this day puts on. And so warm and so effervescent and works the audience and is so pleasing and welcoming. And, you could have 2 hours and you're like, not enough. She just really is such like you. I mean, she's just humble and she loves the work and she understands it and she's passionate and she, like you, relates to people and just wants to do what she loves and share it with the world. And that's a beautiful way to approach things, isn't it?
Oh, it's the best way. Yeah, definitely it is. You're not only the best part is that you're giving, but you're also receiving. I mean, it's the best of all possible worlds,
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So did you want to, we're going to look at a few more pictures again, but did you want to sprinkle us with a song maybe while you're there with the beautiful white grand piano behind you and everything? I mean, it's quite a nice studio setup you have there. And thanks to the crew and Jim and everybody there for,
engineer for the ages.
We appreciate all the time and attention to make this really well done for our show. Yeoman's work there at the studio. Something you want to share with us? The viewers love when the performers do something.
Of course. Well, how about if we do Manhattan and as a homage to New York?
Sure. Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
Right. Here's the one and only Josie Falbo on the Jim Masters Show live and direct from Greater Chicago. That mic is not needed because she's going to belt this out of the park.
All right, so let's get this. I'm going to back this up a little bit.
And we're here live in the studio in Greater Chicago.
That's pretty good?
Very good. Yeah.
Awesome.
All right.
Right there.
Okay.
And you have a back probably a track too, right? A background track. Yeah. Press play.
There. I think I did it.
You do it all, Josie. You do it all.
Okay.
All right, Josie.
Jim. Okay.
As soon as the music cues up. There we go.
Summer journeys to Niagara and to other places aggravate all our cares. We'll save our fares. Like a cozy little flat in what is known as Old Manhattan. We'll settle down right here in town. We'll have Manhattan, the Bronx and Staten Island too. It's lovely going through the zoo. It's very fancy on Old Delancey Street, you know. The subway charms us so when balmy breezes blow to and fro. And tell me what street compares to Mott Street in July. Sweet pushcarts gently gliding by. The great big city's a wondrous toy, just made for a girl. And boy, will turn Manhattan into an isle of joy. Yonkers, where true love conquers in the wilds, and starve together, dear, in childs. We'll go to Coney and eat bologna on a roll. In Central Park, we'll stroll where our first kiss we stole, soul to soul. And South Pacific is a terrific show, they say. We both may see it close someday. The city's traffic could never spoil the dream of a boy and girl. We'll turn Manhattan into an isle of joy.
Holy cow. Really, really, really nice. Love that. Love that.
Isn't that a great tune?
Yes, absolutely. That was fantastic. Really, really, really fantastic. Love it.
Thank you.
And I love the studio setup too. I love the mic, and he's got the pop filter on there. It's just a nice, you have a nice setup there. And I love the all of the soundproofing, and looks like it's actual real wood. I mean, nice setup you've got there, and that gorgeous piano behind you as well.
It sounds as beautiful as it looks. It's a wonderful.
Do you play any instruments at all of any kind?
No, that's been my regret.
Is not doing the instruments?
Right. Yeah. I my mom told me when I was little, that I was playing piano by ear. I was playing, melodies and stuff by ear. So they decided to give me piano lessons. As it turned out, I wasn't very good at reading or learning how to read, because I would be playing with one hand and yelling out the window at my friends while I was practicing. So, and she said the teacher told her, Mrs. Falbo, you're wasting your money. She's not learning. She wants me to play the lesson first, and then she'll play it, but she's not reading, because, I would hear it and play it. So they kind of gave up on that. And I guess I lost interest too, which I regret to this day. I wish I had kept up with piano lessons.
There's always time. There's one right behind you that's nice and very cream colored.
It is gorgeous. Yeah.
Tickle those ivories. It's just some of the viewer reaction around the world here with our lovelies on the Jim Master Show Live. Christopher Joseph, who's also a performer in Ohio. Lovely voice and style as well. Carla, who is watching in South America and Brazil. Wow. She's our regular viewer and lovely. She loves it as well. Mary Bishop, so beautiful. Merlin in Canada, beautiful, so casual. She gives you hearts, microphones, lots of claps as well. Very, very cool. I love the vibe here on our show. Yeah. And she goes, because Marcia has heard this evening your sort of soft-spoken voice, you deserve a break today. She goes, who'da thunk it? That was wonderful. Because you belted it out. It was really.
Thank you.
Really, really beautifully done. Lots of wonderful comments in here from everybody. And also we have some more photos. This one, we're going to go back in time a little bit, Josie.
Okay.
Tell us about, if you recognize this one here.
Oh my gosh.
I
Way back
know.
in time. Good Lord. Oh, I think I was 12. That was one of the when I had my own group.
What was the name of the group you had?
It was called the Talisman Ring, and I picked up that name. I'm an avid reader, and at the time I was into historical romances,
Sure.
like a lot of women are. And that was the name of one of the books I read, and I thought, oh, that would be a cool name for my group. So that's where we were, and the club was in Calumet City, which was a notorious area for earlier on. At this point, though, it had calmed down a bit, but there were a lot of clubs there. And that's where I was working. And it's one of my first jobs, if not the first one, where I was working full time. I think it was.
Have you ever done any voiceover work? When I say voiceover, I mean narration or animation or reading audiobooks. Or you have a very, and I've studied voice. I've done a lot of voiceover work over the years, and you just have there's a unique, as spectacular as your singing voice is, and people have been commenting about it, your speaking voice is very disarming. It's very innocent and authentic and charming, and it does have a childlike quality to it a little bit, a pleasant, innocent, non-offensive, non-threatening sound to it, which I could see you reading audiobooks for children. I could see you doing a lot of voiceover work, narration. Has that ever been a pursuit of yours?
Not really. I was so engaged in singing.
And the singing, yeah.
Yeah. Although it would be fun. I know I would like it, but I just never really pursued it.
We're getting you extra work. Musician, a Christmas CD, and now voiceover artist.
Thank you.
Sign her up. I just hear all of that. You have a very pleasant, disarming voice.
Well, thank you.
I mean, I wish you were the person on the end of every customer service phone line.
Oh man, yeah.
As opposed to some of those voices that you get. What do you want?
And make it snappy.
That's it. We told you they're going to be there from 2 to 4. Well, it's 4:30. They didn't show up yet. That's
so nice to hear. Thank you. That's very complimentary and
my pleasure.
Yeah, I'm happy to hear that.
My pleasure. Here's another cool shot. Ooh, what's happening here?
Yeah. Oh, I was singing with a jazz band, a very, very wonderful jazz band there. Very precise, and we had some great shows together, and it's just a lot of fun. It was called Persistence was the name of the band.
Very nice.
Persistence, yeah. And we had a great time. Oh,
look at that. Who is that? Wow. There she is, Miss America. That's a great shot.
Oh, thank you. Lord knows that's a long time ago, of course.
No, you look the same to me. I don't.
Well, thanks, Jim. I'm ordering you a new pair of glasses.
When I come to Chicago, all you have to do is get me a deep dish pizza. I still have yet to have one in Chicago.
Really? Oh,
I know.
You're missing it.
I know.
And you would definitely get one.
That's a great show. So that was like a publicity headshot type thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was. I thought I needed some new ones. And,
sure.
I was working at a club too, and in between doing jingles, in jingles you're not allowed to be yourself. I don't say that directly.
Yeah, now that's a great. I'd like to explore that. Because I really, having a broadcast background, I absolutely love jingles. I love promotion and image campaigns and jingles and all of that. So when you say you're not allowed to be yourself, is it that you have to be part of the blend of a certain sound and image that has been created, and you just happen to have the delivery, the persona, the vocal prowess to match the sound that is blending in with all the others that achieve that overall image and sound they're looking for?
Well, you nailed it. I mean, you described every element that was necessary. You you had to sterilize the sound, and so that it would present this unified blend, and no one's voice would stick out. This was ideal in selling a product, you know. So it wouldn't detract from the desirability of the product. You know, people are going to be just the jingle itself, the melody or the words would be ideally would be the ones that they would want you to remember. But that sound had to be, and I had to practice that because I was singing live a lot before I did jingles, and I had my own style. And even though my demo showed the variety of styles that I could sing, when I did get into the studio, I had to leave all that behind. I had to just just like I said, sterilize the sound and become part of the group. The group sound had to be just so, and that was a little difficult for me. But I think the timbre of my voice matched. The top singer at that time was Bonnie Herman. You may remember Bonnie Herman from the Singers Unlimited, and
I have actually a lot of their material and their Christmas CDs, and oh yeah, and
yes,
the new Christy minstrels, and like all of, and a lot of them are these. Some of them are like these session singers who
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Florence Warner was another one. Florence Warner,
Yes.
who sang.
Yeah.
She had this tremendous run with Frank Gary, Gari. Frank Gary was a 1950s pop idol singer who created this extraordinary production company in LA that produced so many television network image campaigns. That was his big thing. A lot of news themes, image campaigns. And he brought in Florence Warner to sing. They did a lot of commercials too, but his company was really about promotion and promotional images for television stations, radio stations. And she was the voice of a campaign that was so popular on so many stations across the United States. And it was the Hello campaign. Makes no difference where I go, you're the best. Hometown I go. Hello, Rhode Island, or hello, Philadelphia, or hello, Chicago, or hello, San Diego. They would just, you know, whatever the city was, they would customize it for the station. Hello, you know, WXYZ. And Florence Warner was the one that they brought in. And so that would happen oftentimes. And it was one of those voices that was pleasant. And like you said, Florence Warner. And then you said, and it's funny because she's done music, you know, she's done CDs and stuff like that. But still, I think most widely known for the jingles and for the image campaigns. And that's a great topic. I love what you said as far as having to blend in. You had an image.
Important. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And to blend in. Well, I was telling you earlier that one of the big ones was the Ron Hicklin singers and the Baylor Brothers and so many others. And they sang the theme to Love American Style, that series. They were the background singers, the backup singers for the Partridge Family, for the Monkees.
I didn't know that.
And then they sang, like, they were also the Ray Conniff singers too. A lot of people know Ray Conniff and his singers and orchestra. When Ray Conniff switched the singers in the 70s to a more youthful 70s sound, and I do love a lot of stuff from this sound of the 70s. They brought in the Ron Hicklin singers who were already doing commercials and image campaigns for radio stations and TV stations. They were the voice of the Ray Conniff singers as well. And if you remember Ray Conniff's sound, that multi-layered overdubbing sound, it sounded like there were 50 people in the studio, but there was 6 probably or 7. And you still hear their Christmas music on the radio today too, the Christmas CDs. Exactly what you said. You never knew who the singers were, but they all had this sound that was so incredibly harmonious that it just drew you in. It was so like it created mood and feeling that touched people for decades in ways that made them feel comfortable and good and forget their troubles and forget the chaos of the day. And you know what all that's about, right?
All of the above. Yes. Yes. And getting back to what I was saying about having you had to perfect that unified sound, and my voice was in the same range as Bonnie's, and we worked together a lot because we blended really well together, and I learned so much from her. She was the supreme pro at this type of work. And I learned how to sublimate, the crazy Josie sound, and blend in and do the work that was required to get the sound that they wanted. Um, that was a very, very important thing that I learned, and I managed to get it. I managed to get that sound.
And now, do you miss that they don't do that as much now? Now that you've got that and you've been doing it so long, it's like, okay, let's bring that. Let's do more of that because it's feel good. It's very feel good.
It does. Well, I still get to do it, not in the studio so much
Yeah.
because there's no work.
Yeah.
Especially now, but however, and where I do get to do that and practice that and enjoy that is with the choral group that I sing with, the Lakeside Singers.
Yeah.
And of course, when you're in a choral group, blending is of the of most importance. And so I get to do it then, the straight tone, and you have to be right on pitch. Pitches, intonation is truly important, also, of course, needless to say.
Yes.
And so I get to do it then. It may not be in the studio; it's in a show or a concert, and yeah, I get to hone those skills a little bit
Hold those
yet.
skills as well.
Yeah.
Some of the viewers are saying that the volume is a little low, so probably
Oh, maybe
it
I'll
might
go
have been
far
turned
away.
down just a little bit when you were
How's that?
there. She knows what to do.
Sorry,
That's it.
I get wound up when I move around, I guess.
Oh, that's perfect. You're in your studio. I love being in studios too. You're in your studio.
Hmm.
You're in your element. Um, how much of Josie is the studio singer, the jingle singer, and the singer, Josie, the singer, separate from jingles? Is it 50-50? Is it, how do you look at it?
Well, Josie, the singer, is pretty much different from the jingle singer, um, in many ways, and to a great extent, because the way I normally sing is a great deal of vibrato, and it's just the way it comes out. It's not that I'm pushing it or consciously doing it. It's just the way I sing. But I have to sublimate that when I'm doing a jingle, or if I'm doing background vocals, or doing any kind of group work, because the vibratos are never the same. Everybody's voice has a different vibrato, and that it's not very attractive or appealing when everybody's vibrating all over the place. So when I sing myself, I have and I do a lot of bending and a lot of embellishments and stuff like that. It's not required in the other two that you mentioned. So I would say, I don't know, maybe 85% here and 15 there. Um, but definitely Josie is different. That Josie is different from the studio singer.
And did you want to share another song with us? I know you said there might be something else you wanted to share. Somebody else said something from the recent CD, but
Mhm.
is there something else you wanted to share as people are really loving hearing your sound?
Oh, sure, I could sing something else from the CD if that's okay.
Sure, yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Jim, can we do let's see. Oh, I know. We should do A Flower is a Lovesome Thing. And I want to tell a story about this.
Yeah, tell that story.
Okay. Jeremy Kahn, who is our esteemed piano player on the entire CD, is a genius in my estimation. He's outstanding. He recommended this song for me to sing. And when first they did the track, of course, and his solo was in the track, and I was so in love with his solo. It became a song to me. It became another song, and I started singing his solo. And so he and Jim decided, well, why don't you just sing along with Jeremy's solo and the actual CD in the final vocal? I said, that might be fun. So but I didn't want to take away from Jeremy's solo, but he was okay with it. He said, no, I said, can you put me down lower? I don't want to be that loud. No, we want it to be heard. So that's what you're going to hear. I'm going to do it live now. So that's the story about that song.
Beautiful, beautiful. That's right. So the reason why she's performing this, everybody, is because you deserve a break today at Josie's.
Oh, thank you.
That's it. All right.
Thank
The
you,
one and only
McDonald.
Josie Falbo. Do you have to reposition to the other mic and all, or?
Well, I
Yeah.
just have to do this, I think.
Yeah, you just rise up.
Okay.
You raise me up,
Yeah.
and then he'll tilt the camera up a
Oh.
little, and
Okay.
yeah, it's amazing. It's a whole new world, isn't it? It's like a do-it-yourself world we're in right now.
It
We're used
is.
to all these other.
We need to tilt this up a little bit.
God bless you, Jim.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Jim. From one Jim to the next. Thank you, Jim. All right, the one and only, the incomparable Josie Falbo.
Oh. Okay. A flower is a lovesome thing, a luscious, living lovesome thing, a daffodil, a rose, no matter where it grows, is such a lovely, lovesome thing. A flower is the heart of spring that makes the lovely hillside sing. The gentle winds that blow gently, for they know a flower is a lovesome thing. Playing in the breeze, swaying with the trees, in the silent night or in the morning light, such a miracle. Azaleas drinking pale moonbeams, gardenias floating through daydreams. Wherever they may grow, no matter where you go, a flower is a lovesome thing. swaying with the trees in the silent night or in the morning light. Such a miracle. The sailors drinking pale moonbeams, gardenias floating through daydreams. Wherever they may grow, no matter where you go, a flower is a love song, a love something.
Wow. Really, really nice. That's like melted butter, as smooth as silk, you know. Really, really beautiful. Thank you, Jim. There's Jim. We applaud Jim. Couldn't have done this without Jim. Jim and Jim. And Josie, the 3 J's. It's the 3 J's.
Right. Yeah, that's very true.
I tell you. So what a great choice, too. That's such a beautiful song. And I want to show you some of the comments coming in.
Oh, thanks, Jim. I have it here. Thank you. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. That's okay. We love Jim. Ann Wozniak says beautiful, calm, and relaxing, which I think is so apropos, perfect, ideal for, you know, these times we are living in. You'll probably laugh, but I'm a huge collector also of beautiful music and easy listening music and instrumental. That was always on the radio for years as well. And I have lots of that as well. And I've got a couple of music groups where we discuss all that too. There's just something about it, you know, it releases those endorphins. There's something cool and calming about when you're listening to music that's non-threatening, that isn't forcing you to have to decide something or telling you how to live or telling you what to do, or just music that not just entertains you, but music that sweeps you off your feet and takes you away from the cares of the day, the troubles, the chaos of the day. And you seem to be, you've gravitated towards that, because even when you were doing the jingles are of a pleasant nature. There are of creating a feeling, a sound, an image of positivity, of pleasantness, of harmonious, of you know, unification, love one another, you know, things are going to be okay, and hope. And a lot of jingles, that's what it's about. Even if you were talking about a product, you know, that product can make your day better or whatever. Even in the type of music that you've chosen to really emphasize in your life is music that really gets you to pause and think about the things that are important in life, the relationships, the loved ones, the quiet moments. And in recent years, our society and our culture has been so ramped up and so rushed. We have forgotten about the quiet moments, the candlelight, you know, the walk on the beach, those moments to soak it in and breathe and be together. And I think when you hear these songs, when you hear your beautiful, extraordinary, and exquisite interpretations as well, it makes you say, you know what? I think the sun is going to come up tomorrow. As dark as it might be tonight in the world, I think Josie just said the sun's going to be coming up tomorrow. And I think that's what I get from all of it.
Oh,
But who am I?
Oh gosh, that's wonderful. I'm overwhelmed. That's lovely. Thank you.
My pleasure. My pleasure. And when you hear things, I'm sure you hear a lot from, your fans, your legions of fans, and from people you've worked with and contemporaries and colleagues. Um, it's not the reason why you do. And that's what I love about the folks I've been chatting with here on the show. None of it, even the work I do, none of it is for the accolade and the award. I mean, we have plaques, we have statues, we have awards, we have, all of that stuff. It's beautiful and it's nice. But if Josie didn't sing, you know what I mean? You have to sing, right? You
I
have
have
to.
to. Yes.
Right.
No doubt about it. I am, therefore I sing. It's that's just
Right.
about the size of it.
That's it. You're going to get it, right? That you're going to get the singing from me because that's who I am and that's how I express myself. And when you interpret a song, when you were doing the jingles, of course, you had to blend in with a certain overall image and harmonious sound. When you take a song and you interpret it, tell us about what that process is like. People might not realize what the process is actually like. They might think, okay, I'm just going to sing the song and I'm just going to throw it a couple of twists and curves in it so it sounds uniquely mine. But there's so much that goes into it before it's even available to the public as far as how you actually break the song down, right? You really dissect the song in so many different ways to find your voice within the material, right?
Well, as maybe some singers do, I'm a creature of instinct, and I don't dissect a song.
So can you feel it quickly? You're like, I know how to.
It just comes out,
Yeah, it just comes out,
It just
right?
comes out. It's not anything I'm consciously thinking of. I'm going to say it this way. I'm going to do it that way. I'm going to add this note. I'm going to do that. Or it would be good if I slowed down here or something. It's just a completely innate and instinctual activity. I mean, I just sing and I let it flow. And the lyrics, of course, are most important because they tell a story, and I want to tell that story. And how I sing it is purely me.
Yeah.
And that's what I want. I want it to be real. I want it to be honest. I don't want it to be. I don't want to sound like anybody else. I want it to be me. Real is the only way I could express it. And so I just let it come out the way it comes out, the way I feel it and the way I sing it. There's nothing conscious on a conscious level about it, or any kind of what's the word?
You're over analyzing,
Right, yeah,
overthinking,
exactly, right.
overproducing. Right. I like that. That's authenticity. It's you. It's organic.
It's just the way it comes out. This way it comes out, I guess.
Yeah, right. So do you feel like some of it is you are a conduit, you're a facilitator? There's things flowing through you that cause this to come out in the way that it does?
There very well be. I never really looked at it that way, but I think there's merit to what you said, and a definite possibility, even though I may not have realized it on a conscious level. But I think what you said, there's much truth in that, and it's entirely possible. It's just that I don't pay attention to stuff like that. I kind of lose myself in the song, and which is good because if I'm self-conscious, then I'm worried about stuff.
Exactly.
But if I'm in the song, and I'm it's coming from me, and then I just let it happen. I don't have time to think about anything else, or where it's coming from.
Right, exactly. How many times have we taken tests when we were kids in school and it was multiple choice and we circled A first and then we questioned ourselves and we said, no, it can't be A because I think it's A, but it's probably B. You scratch out A, circle B, and it turns out A was right. You should have gone with your gut. So you go with your gut, which is a beautiful thing.
Well, it works for me. I don't think I could do it any other way.
I love that. No, that's hey, that's the way you're supposed, that's the way it's supposed to be, right? That's the way, and which is amazing because, and I say it's amazing because you've been able to master both ends of the spectrum. I'm doing it and it's flowing out of me and it's natural and it's what I'm feeling at the time and it's just, I'm rolling with it.
Mhm.
And the ability to be strategic and formatic and blend in the jingles with, what is needed to create a certain sound. That's a true craftsperson, to be able to take whatever is in front of them and deliver what's expected over here and then whatever happens over there.
Mhm.
And that's quite amazing. I mean, that is one of the many tests of a true gifted talent.
Well,
Josie
thank you.
Falbo.
Thank you. I wonder if you have any of the clips that I did, any of the videos that I did.
We
If you could
have
play one of those.
photos. I don't see any clips. I don't know if there's any clips. Were there specific clips that you had that were?
There was a video of You Must Believe in Spring, and I thought it was so well done. I was hoping maybe you'd be able to play it. And is that a possibility?
I don't see that one. I don't know if it's a copyright thing maybe, or
Ah,
sometimes what happens is when we do the show live, YouTube or Facebook will automatically, if it's involved with CD Baby or some of these other entities,
yeah.
you get a copyright claim on it already. So that could be maybe why I don't see that here as options. But is that anything that you could share with us and maybe sing live or do, perhaps?
Well, I was hoping you could do something. I'm having a little problem here that I want to take care of, and
Is
if
it
you could,
technical?
if you
You
could
want to
do
correct that?
something. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm a host. I can,
Okay.
believe me, I
Can you take
can
over?
vamp for hours. Let's talk about food, everybody. When we talk about food, that's all they need.
I'll be right back.
Now, come on, folks. How many times have you watched this show and you've seen a chair? I have to go back in the archives. Probably 4 out of 5 episodes, we have a situation where the guest has to exit and what we see is a chair. Now that chair decided not to be very friendly because the chair reversed itself and we're seeing the back of it. But there you get a beautiful view. Let's take a look at a nice view of that piano, huh? Very nice, very snazzy. How many times, again, this is the internet, this is live, I tell you, it's crazy. How many times have we had where the guest has had to exit the premises momentarily for various reasons and do what they have to do and then return? So with that, how are we this evening? I know you guys are saying some wonderful things. Kathleen, so pretty with the last song she sang. Larry says, bravo, what a performance. I agree wholeheartedly. Anne says, beautiful, calm, and relaxing music. Absolutely. I'm just looking at the empty chair. It's funny, huh? Was it something I said? Marsha Watson claps. Juanita, love it. My garden just got a sound. We're at the end of the spring and everything is blooming. Great relaxing voice, Juanita. I like that cool hat you have on. You're doing the hat thing. I like it, Juanita. Jennifer Barry says, Josie, you have incredible vocal dynamics. Wow. When she returns, I'll make sure you guys get to have these shown. Reminder that, I want to tell you real quickly, I might as well tell you, coming up tomorrow night, a really incredible performer, Broadway actor, musical director. He is a real hoot. He's all excited and he's going to perform live. Michael Mackesy is going to be here and he is a hoot. He is here tomorrow. Join us tomorrow as well. You're going to enjoy that. It's going to be great. And we're going to love it. And on Friday, arts education advocate, Joan Firestone. She is amazing. We had a chat today for about an hour on the phone after my radio show. She's incredible. She is really amazing. You're going to love her. She's on Friday On Saturday, it's our exclusive Halloween costume party countdown. That's right. Our Halloween costume party countdown party. And let me tell you a little bit about that. See if we have that. There we go. This is on Saturday. Now, this is just on YouTube. Saturday, October 31st, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, live in the Jim Masters Show, live exclusively on YouTube. So make sure you go to YouTube, subscribe to the channel. We have a lot of content on there. We put on about 10 different videos this week that have nothing to do with the Jim Masters Show live. Then we have the Masters Mantras inspirational series. Then we have the Jim Masters Show episodes. All of the episodes, all 25 weeks. Tons and tons of episodes of the Jim Masters Show live are there for you. But on Saturday night, this Saturday, we're doing a Halloween costume party. There's several viewer lovities who are going to be popping on with us as well. And they're going to be in costume. I'm going to be in costume. A lot of you are sending us your photos. Make sure you get photos to us. It could be you in costume. It could be you in costume when you were 10 years old, 5 years old, your child or grandchild when they were in costume. Or it could be just a fall Halloween festive photo. If you don't really have a custom photo, send it to jimmasterstv@gmail.com. jimmasterstv@gmail.com by Friday so we can include it on the Halloween costume party episode we're going to do. It's going to be a lot of fun on Saturday night. So we invite you to join us. jimmasterstv@gmail.com is the show's email address to get those photos to us by Friday. All right. Josie is back in action. We're going to welcome her back. Welcome. The only thing is no audio on your end.
Hear me now? There you
Now
are.
we hear you now.
I said you can't get rid of me that easily.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
I can't.
Believe me, you're probably a sixth or seventh guest where we just saw an empty chair, and it was very, very funny because it's just apropos for the show. I think I'm just gonna have to roll with it. I just want to show you a few things, and I promised
Sure.
our lovely viewers here that I would show you some of
Okay.
the reactions that we've been getting to the music and to not just the music, the conversation as well, but the music as well.
Okay.
And Kathleen Walker in New York City says, so pretty. And we're talking about that.
Thank you.
Now, Larry Horter, who's watching.
Larry. Hi, Larry.
Bravo, what a
Larry.
performance. Yeah. He was hoping you would sing that song, and he got his wish.
Oh, good.
Beautiful, calming, and relaxing music from Ann Wozniak.
Thank you.
Marcia Watson says, claps, standing ovation. Juanita now this is beautiful from Juanita in South Africa. Here's what she says, Josie. She goes, love it. My garden just got a sound. We're at the end of spring and everything is blooming. Great, relaxing voice.
Oh, that's great.
You're getting kudos from South Africa and reaching international as well.
Oh, that is so wonderful. That is so cool. Love it.
Kind of cool. That's sort of a nice community we've created here on the show. Josie, you have incredible vocal dynamics. Wow. From Jennifer, who is Zen in Allentown, Pennsylvania. Francis says that was beautiful. Christine in North Carolina, superb vocals, enjoyable scat singing, beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Kathleen Walker, loving the music. Have to look for your CD.
Oh, good.
And we'll mention places where they can find all of the material as well. Larry says, love her scatting.
Thanks, Larry.
So there,
I know Larry.
There were two, Larry and everybody, there were two kinds of scatting. There was the scatting she was doing when she was singing, and then there was the scatting when she had to exit the studio.
True.
She's a real scatter.
Oh, definitely. Capital scat. Yeah.
Larry goes, so true, Jim Masters. That is very, very funny. Wow, some really cool things here. Let's see. Francis says, who are you, Jim? A deep thinker with lots of knowledge. Deep thinker. Yes, you've got me there. Larry says, as an ex-recording engineer, when Josie Falbo walked into the studio, we knew we were in for a treat.
Oh gosh, thank you. And you were so what a wonderful engineer too. We had the best. We were lucky. Thank you, Larry.
Isn't that night? Isn't that?
Yes.
And Jim's asking, can you post links to them? Absolutely, absolutely. And this whole episode, spread the word about our show on YouTube at Jim Masters TV as well, the Jim Masters Show Live. You can share this episode, everybody,
Okay.
on your social media. They like the chair that you're in. When you got up, we saw the piano. We did a full screen of the piano. They like the chair. They like the studio. Merlin in Canada said exit stage left. The chair. No, that's not the chair. That's you're in the chair. Look at this. Nice chair, beautiful piano.
Jim is getting all the kudos here. That's good.
I was gonna say,
Studio.
oh, while you were exiting, he was asking if Jim in your studio could play the piano while we wait. LOL.
He could have played his horn, which he is dynamite on that.
Yes. Carla, we did see your avatar. I could see your Halloween avatar on your profile. It looks terrific. Crystal Records Studio. So there is the Vimeo for the different songs, which is terrific. And Crystal Recorders Studio there in Illinois, just outside Chicago.
Right, yes.
Yeah, just outside Chicago. There you go. There's another one. That's right. I like that, Larry. You think like I do. She was scatting when she was singing, and she was scooting before. I just have to scoot out. I've done so much scatting, Jim. I got to scoot. That is funny. So was there something else that you wanted to share from the album?
CD?
Yeah.
Sure. Let's see. How about since I did a ballad, maybe we can do an up-tempo thing.
That'd be cool. Yeah, people. Yeah.
Why don't we do Devil May Care? That's a good one. How about that, Jim? Awesome. Okay.
Did Jim give you the thumbs up?
Yeah, he said awesome.
You got thumbs up from both. Awesome and awesome. Good. Yeah.
And this is the Bob Doro tune, who's wonderful, from the School of Rock. He's a wonderful, wonderful composer. He's no longer with us, but I always really dug this tune. So
that's cool.
Let's do it.
All right. We will reposition once again. I know. It's a whole new world.
You should have all 3 links to those videos up there.
Oh, yeah. Maybe we
yes. Yeah. We showed them all up there. We'll show them again while you're getting positioned.
Okay.
Awesome.
And cool stuff. And we'll tell people where to get the CD.
Right.
All right. The incomparable, the effervescent, the iconic in a good way.
Thank you.
Oh, I like that. Oh, I like the echo from the thank you.
That was kind of out there, but that's okay.
JOSIE Falbo, take it away.
No cares for me. I'm happy as I can be. I learned to love and to live. Devil may care. No cares and woes. Whatever comes later goes. It's how I take and I give. Devil may care. When the day is through, I suffer no regrets. I know that he who frets loses the night. But only a fool thinks he can turn back the dawn. He who is wise never tries to advise what's dead and gone. Live love today, let come tomorrow what may. Don't even stop for a sigh. It doesn't help if you cry. That's how we'll live and I'll die. Devil may care. me, I'm happy as I can be. I learned to love and to live, devil may care. No cares and woes, whatever comes, let it go. That's how I'll take and I'll give, devil may care. When the day is through, I suffer no regrets. I know that he'll fret, loses the night. But only a fool thinks he can turn back the dawn. He who is wise never tries to advise what's dead and gone. Live, love today, let come tomorrow with me. Don't even stop for a sigh. It doesn't help if you cry. It's why I live and I'll die. Devil may care. Yeah.
I'm just sort of soaking it all in. Yes, you've earned it. Have a seat. You've earned it.
Thanks,
really,
man.
really.
Thank you.
When you do that, when you sing like that, what's running through you? What's happening inside? It must be
Oh
incredible.
gosh, all kinds of good things, Jim. The music moves me, and I can't stand still. I have to move to it, and I love just singing it. Just the actual act of singing, gives me joy. And listening, to the band and Jeremy's solo, just kicks butt. It's just all good. That's what's going through my mind. I love it. I'm having fun. I love it.
Exactly. Levity to the
That's great.
extreme. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you really are. And you could tell it literally is a gift that just flows right out of you, and you can hear and see and sense it just in the visual expressions of what's happening on your face, and how so you're really in the zone, aren't you?
I would say so. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Happy to be there.
Absolutely. It's a beautiful place to be. Are there those that are on a list of yours, Josie, that you would love to do duets with, work with, collaborate with further?
I never really gave that any thought. That's a good question.
Add that to the list. Christmas CD. She's going to learn the piano more. What else do we have?
Very good suggestion. Very good question. And I'd have to give that some thought, simply because there are so many that I admire and love, and it would be an honor to work with them, and it would be hard to choose. That's why I need more than 5 seconds to make a decision on
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. There's a few people that
Mhm.
you would like to work with. What about, I know when you're a studio singer, which, for so many years you've done that and mastered that, didn't necessarily require the kind of travel that is,
Mhm.
a singer does when they're performing and touring. But
Mhm.
how about you? Are there places where you would love to, venues where you would love to perform, where you still haven't had a chance to perform yet, Josie?
Oh my gosh. Definitely. Yes. Birdland in New York, or some of the blues, jazz clubs in New York, and of course the jazz festivals, Monterey, and wherever they are. That's always been a dream of mine, to be able to perform in those types of venues. And so I just named, my favorites there. Maybe Carnegie Hall.
Yes.
What the heck? I might as well dream big, right?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Well,
And yeah.
Willie is still with us at 2 a.m. in Holland.
Oh, God bless you,
And
Willie.
look at all those emojis there.
I
Beautiful,
know. Thank
Willie
you.
loves good music. And Carla in Brazil, enjoying this Wednesday night. Adorable voice, she says.
Wow.
Marilyn
Thank
in
you.
Wichita, Kansas. Love listening to you sing.
Thank you.
It's like melted butter. Marsha Watson, standing ovation. Danilo in San Diego, California. Wow, bravo, magnifico.
Oh,
Kathleen in New
grazie.
York City, claps and thumbs up and microphones and prayer and peace sign and thumbs up and heart. Wow.
All of it.
Really?
Mhm.
Yeah. I think this is awesome. And
Oh, it's awesome to get the responses from people from all over the world. I can't tell you how wonderful that is. That's just great.
it's our
Terrific.
pleasure. Wow, what a treat you are from Juanita in South Africa.
South
And
Africa. Oh my God.
isn't that incredible? Yeah.
It's so
And
cool.
and a lot of people watch this later too. Everybody, we're on live right now, but working in the broadcast industry, I also realized that a lot of people watch these shows later. So
Uh-huh.
anybody who's not with us live now, this is on the YouTube channel at Jim Masters TV, and they'll be watching and binging and watching all this later, which is cool. And then you see even more people who are discovering and loving this, what we're doing tonight with you, and hearing your voice and your very pleasant personality, the whole package. Francis says, very nice, Josie. Thank you. She loved it as well.
Thank
So
you.
really beautiful stuff. Christine in Clifton, who loves really good music too. She's one of our faithful lovelies. She says, you have such a tremendous voice, Josie. We
Oh,
could
thank
feel
you.
your passion through your voice. Great conversation tonight as well. Christine loving that.
That's terrific. Thank you.
Juanita has already said that there's a place where you need to perform then eventually, once we're able to do that. It looks like she wants you to come to South Africa and perform at the Cape Town Jazz Fest.
Oh my God, that sounds great.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Man, yeah, that'd be
Oh my
outstanding.
God. Oh my God. When you look at all of this, your body of work, I mean, this is something that's near and dear to your heart. It's in your soul. It's a representation of the essence of who Josie is in so many ways. What are some of those things that continue to bring you great joy and blessing to be able to create and still want to connect with people? Because music is very healing. It's very connecting. I know that those are things that are extremely important to you, aren't they?
Definitely, yes. Well, I just want to keep doing it because it's almost spiritual. I mean, in a way, it is spiritually nourishing. I don't know how else to describe it, and I'm describing it in perfectly personal terms. What it
Yes.
feels like to me.
Right.
And it probably means different things to different people, so I can only speak for me.
Right. There's a
And
therapeutic aspect to it as well.
yeah. So naturally, who would want to stop doing that? I want to continue as long as I can, and not that I could stop anyway, unless something untoward happened and I lost my voice or whatever. Something I couldn't sing. But as long as I can get these notes out, they're coming out. So
I like that. As long as I can get these notes out, they're coming out. Stand back. Here we come. And that's a beautiful thing. Is there anything that you haven't done yet within the realm of the work that you do so beautifully, Josie, that you still would love to do, that's still out there lingering for you?
Well, in with regard to music, I think singing in those venues that I mentioned would be a fulfillment of a dream, and that's what they are. And perhaps they will remain a dream. Who knows? It's a very unpredictable business, and not that I'm dissatisfied at this point, but in terms of my own singing and what you just mentioned, I think those things. Singing at those various venues that I never have, and it would be a joy to sing at, is something that I would like to accomplish that I haven't yet.
Do you think if you hadn't emphasized the jingle part, you would be doing some of that? Because the jingle part was so beautiful and regular and constant and very busy and fantastic and long lasting. But do you ever look back and say, gee, maybe if I cut that short a little bit earlier, then I would be doing those things, or no, you just look forward?
I have never looked at it that way, never.
Great. Good.
Singing, the career I had in jingles was ultimately fulfilling for me.
Yes. Yeah.
But that's just part of my personality. I was very content doing that. It fulfilled on a number of levels. It was fulfilling for me. I had some opportunities to expand and maybe do some recording, but the people that I had come in contact with at that time, it was, I don't know how to put it, but they weren't very trustful for me.
Yeah, you had
It was inappropriate things,
you
and
felt a vibe that it wasn't.
the price to pay for that just wasn't worth it for me. I was doing something I loved with great people.
Right.
And as I said, I was very happy in my own little world there. And I could not have cared less that nobody knew my name. I mean, I don't know how to tell you this, but that's just the way it was. I couldn't possibly care less. Both these CDs that I did, I had no great expectations for. They were legacies of love. The first CD, especially, when I finished it, I was thrilled. Some of the stuff I had recorded earlier, and some of it was brand new on that particular CD. And in the liner notes, I printed that my family would be thrilled to hear me sing complete songs instead of two all beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, a minute commercial.
Wait, did you actually do that too?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we did a lot of those. So,
raw beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions,
onions on a sesame seed
bun. That wasn't so easy to master because everybody would try to mimic that. They would sing that,
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Now I remember. Yeah. That was a great campaign. But anyway, so that's the way I looked at it. I really had no burning desires to be, I don't know what that says about me, but you know what? It's the truth. And that's it. That's that's my story and I'm sticking to it.
I say that all the time, and that's I love when people say that too. Well, Larry says the nice thing is you still will sing at church. Your faith is very strong, and he loves that. And Christopher says in Ohio says, thank you for sharing your talents and bearing your soul as well. That's very important too. Singing within the church and your faith is very, very important to you. It's very grounding, isn't it? It's what you go to when times are rough and when crazy. I'm sure you've been relying on it a lot this year as well and throughout your life, but
truly
tell us about the importance of that and how that has also shaped who Josie is.
It is definitely a big part of who I am. There was a time when I had a serious illness and I was cantoring at my church and I had to stop to go through treatment. And during all that time when I was thinking, am I going to be around to sing again? Am I going to, survive this? And the whole congregation was praying for me and sending me cards and being super supportive in so many ways. And that was so helpful for me and it was comforting and it strengthened me. So that is definitely a big part for me. And it may not be for everybody, and that's okay. I can only speak for myself, but that was very, very, it gave me strength. So yes, it is important.
Beautifully said, beautifully said. When things were starting to roll for you, Josie, I would imagine having the musical family as you've had, or the influences, they must have been very proud of you pursuing it and of some of the wonderful things that have happened along the way.
Yes, well, they were thrilled to hear me sing even a little bit of a 15-second spot, and my family.
There's our Josie.
Yeah, yeah, Mama, we heard you, Mom. We heard your Just Pants commercial or something. And although,
What was that one?
oh, and God, I can't even remember. I think it was my very first spot.
Was it
Yeah,
really?
I think so. Yeah, and I can't remember it. Oh, darn. Anyway. But my dad always knew how to keep my head from being
Keep you
exposed.
grounded and
He did.
right.
He would
Keep
always
things in
say
check. Yeah.
at the time when everybody was very, very, very glad for my success in the jingle industry, and my dad didn't quite understand what I was doing. He was from Italy. He was born in Italy. And in his own quaint way, he would tell me, well, if you're so successful, how come you no sing on the Johnny Carson show?
All right.
To him, that was the standard. If you're not a Johnny
right?
Carson, you're no big deal.
Johnny would wave you over and sit down on the couch, and then the rest of life was golden. Yeah.
Oh, I laugh when I think about that. And
What would you say when Dad would say that?
I would laugh. What can you say?
Right, exactly.
I would just laugh.
Yeah.
I would just tell him.
But the work
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to just say that the work that you did is so incredibly important, because those sounds, those jingles, those feel good, short segments or what have you, those themes, people still sing a lot of them today. There's a lot of nostalgia. There's a lot of rebooting happening. They have stood the test of time. Hey, kudos to you. I think that's extraordinary, an extraordinarily difficult work in a very competitive area. It wasn't just you walked in and said, hey, I'm a jingle singer, hire me and I can sing whatever you want. I'm a pepper, you're a pepper, be a pepper too. It was very competitive, and you were just very, very skilled at it. And a lot of these things are iconic in the way that they are, which is what I'm saying, as far as you've had this wonderful dichotomy of this split of being Josie, the authentic singer, where some energy flows through you and you can really express who you are, like you're doing beautifully on the CD and everything else you do, but also have the ability to create feeling and good vibes through themes to television shows, to jingles for products and brands and images. And that counts. That matters. That mattered, and it matters today.
I agree with you. I agree with you. It's a great way to have described it. And it's so very true. I agree with you 100%. Yes.
So let's get our billboards and our plaques, and let's march in the streets saying, bring this back.
Oh, don't I wish?
All the feel good stuff.
Don't I wish? Yeah.
I know.
And what you were talking about, it being competitive, and to a certain degree it was, but this enclave that I was part of, happy and happily so, everybody was very supportive of each other. I mean, you would think that there would be some underhandedness going on. In all the years I worked in that business, everybody was just super, from the producers down to the singers. I mean, the singers, when I first started singing, actually, recommended me for other jobs. They were so generous and very, very kind and helpful. And so, I loved doing it. I mean, the environment was wonderful. So competitiveness was not, it was a good kind of competitiveness. It was just to be the best you could be, but it wasn't to be like, I want to be better than her.
Right.
It wasn't that type.
You were all in it together, right? Larry, and you were talking about this earlier, Josie. Larry says you're great at sight reading too, which helps save studio time and advertising. Time is money. For the audience, if they're not involved in these industries, I like my audience, my viewers, the people who follow, whether it's this show or even the stuff I do professionally, I like them to leave feeling like they've learned something, they've gained something.
Mhm.
Define sight reading for the audience, how that works and what that actually means.
Okay. Sight reading is the ability to be able to sing a melody line that is written on it's sheet music, and it's put on the stand, and you have to go there and be able to sing what is written by reading the notes. That's sight reading. And it's not where you can go to a piano and plunk it out. You have to read it. And when the track plays, you have to be able to sing that melody. And instead of doing it, trying to learn it or have someone teach it to you, and then you're not reading the right part or whatever, and which makes the client unhappy because it involves more studio time, more expense. So the fact that you can do it is always to the good, and that's sight reading.
Where do you think that ability comes from? It's just a natural ability, right?
Well, yeah. No,
Or have you worked on it and honed it,
yes.
fine-tuned it? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I had you have to it's like math almost in a way. Music would some people would describe it as such. You have to know the intervals. If there's a note on a C, for instance, and then the next note is 4 notes up, you have to be able to sing that interval. It's a perfect fourth, It's you go from C to F, and you have to do it quickly. So all the subsequent intervals, you have to be able to recognize and sing quickly instead of analyzing it and doing it step by step. So I'm trying my best to describe that to you and explain it. I hope it's making sense.
It is. It is. You're breaking it down in ways that it's very understandable for everybody, and for anybody that that isn't familiar with these terminologies that we're talking about. It's really cool stuff. It's just amazing. When you look at this body of work, Josie,
Mhm.
all of it, from day one, from 19 months old and beyond. What are some of those things that stand out for you as some of the most incredible moments, beautiful moments, and some of the continued blessings and joys that allow you to continue to create and share in the way that you do with all of us?
Um, as I said, one of the moments was when I got to sing at the Lyric Opera House. That was a thrill for me. I was only, I think, 17 years old, and of course, that was very, very. That affected me greatly. And gosh, there's so many moments that it's hard to choose. I've been blessed in that way, and having, everything was wonderful for me at that point. Every time I did a terrific gig, or I had a wonderful concert, or I did a good solo, or I got a really great solo jingle that they're playing the heck out of.
Yeah.
All of all of that it was wonderful for me. I'm sorry I can't be more specific, but
All you
I
have to
took
do,
great joy
folks.
in so much, Jim.
Yeah.
Everything was like, yay! I mean,
Right. And that's fantastic. I'm that way too. That's why when you have the long hours and weekends and nights in the studio and redoing and like I've said a billion times on this series, one of the things that is the beauty of the work that we're able to do is make it seem so easy and effortless that everybody else says, "Oh, I can do that," or "I want to do that." But behind the scenes, there's so much
true.
of yourself and so much emotion and so much blood, sweat, and tears that goes into all of it to make it seem and present as effortless, as easy. And it's a beautiful thing when you're able to master that in the way that you've been able to master it in a natural form. I'm sure, in the beginning years, you really worked very hard and you were finding yourself and finding your voice and finding, who is Josie? What's the essence? What direction am I going in? And you've found it in a way that it just flows out of you now. Like you said earlier, it just naturally flows out, which means you're really enjoying the ride, and you've enjoyed the ride, and whatever
Yes.
opportunities, large or small, you've appreciated them, you've considered them joys and blessings. You've looked and pinched yourself and said, I'm actually doing this. I'm doing work that I love. I'm doing something that allows me to express the essence of who I am. Wait a minute. This isn't a dream sequence. It's not Wizard of Oz. I'm actually doing this.
Mhm.
And when you look at this illustrious career, it's good, it's solid, it's great material, and more to come, of course, as well. But
Hopefully.
you're absolutely, and we'll be rooting you on. It's all there, and it's in the record books, and it's work that has mattered, and it's mattered to you.
Definitely. Mhm.
Mm.
And the making of this CD was another dream. I always wanted to do a CD with a big band and orchestrated like this. There were two very wonderful CDs that I'd heard that I thought, oh, I'd love to do something like that. Like, excuse me, wonderfully big, huge orchestras, and also I liked having the some of the songs had the Art Blakey Jazz Messengers kind of I'm sorry, approach.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
And so I was able to do that, and that was finishing that CD, which I never would have been able to finish without the help of Carrie and Jim. And truly, I mean, half of what the accolades I've received should go to them because the hours and the input that Jim and Carrie put into this CD was just beyond invaluable. But the whole thing, the culmination of the CD was really a joy for me, and a really fulfilling kind of joy.
What is it about this particular CD, especially now at this point in time in your life, and this point in time in all of our lives, when you were creating that CD, there was probably no understanding, or there was definitely no knowledge of what we were going to be going through months later. Yet that music and that CD is so extraordinarily perfect for what we're dealing with now. So tell us about how, when you look at it now, how working with the crew that you've had, like you've mentioned, how this particular CD has, and again, it's fresh off the presses still, and congratulations to you.
Thank you.
How this CD really at this time has taken on a role that's going beyond even maybe what the thought process was initially, because of the time and the place in your life and in the lives of all of us when it has been made available.
Well, at this point in my life, I mean, I thought about it for a long time, and actually taking concrete steps to achieve it was a big decision for me. This was a very huge project, and if I were to tell you the journey, the adventures we've gone through during the making of this CD, which would be much too lengthy to tell you now.
That would be a mini series, part 2.
And it just was kind of crazy. However, we soldiered on, and as the project grew and we completed various aspects of it, I knew that this was going to be something special. I knew that it was turning out to be not only what I wanted it to be, and what I had dreamt of doing something like this, but it went beyond that. I think and it's not solely due to me, as I said. I mean, there were so many people involved in this that made this CD what it is. But it was definitely a fulfillment, and it went beyond that. It's and at this point in my life, it may be the last thing I ever do. I don't, and this kind of
no way, not happening. No way. Are you kidding? After tonight, everybody's going to want more and more and more. Android True Connection. More and more and more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
So
do you see, like, I know based on what you just said, but do you see another CD? Do you see more music coming?
actually, right now I'm in the midst of enjoying this, and
Yeah.
I'm so happy with the response. It was so unexpected. And I think the word I used was flabbergasted,
That's a good one. I like that one.
at the
Nobody
one.
knows how to spell it, but it's a good one to say.
Oh, what the heck? You don't have to write it. I don't have
Just
to
say
write
it.
it. I can just say it. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. Sight reading.
Right. But so I'm enjoying this. I'm floating, actually.
Yeah.
But in
You're
the back of my mind,
relishing
relishing it. Yeah.
savoring and relishing.
Yeah.
And now, quickly, well, not quickly for you, but just, is that something, have you always been that way? Have you always been where you've done this and I need time to savor it and relish it, and now we're going to move on to the next thing? Are you somebody who needs and appreciates the ability and the opportunity to savor everything that has just been accomplished and done? I think that we've lost some of that in our society because everything is about quick, next, get it out, bang it out first. We're number one. We're the, next. And I think it's crucial to do, like what you said, all the work, the time, the talent, the passion, the hours, the
energy,
the energy, lots of coffee, lots of tea, lots of late nights, and work collaborating with a wonderfully talented team. All of the things that go into it, while people listen to it and think it's effortless, behind the scenes, everything, like you said, you could do a whole 2 hours just on that.
Oh, at least.
But at the same time, because you've reached the finality of it, that particular project, you like to stop, pause, and sort of relish in the moment of, we just did this. I think that's an incredible thing, and I think it's an important thing, and you do it. I do it all the time, and I try to make times to be able to do that.
Yes.
Sometimes time doesn't always allow for that, but I always make sure I come back to that. I always make sure I come back and say, wait a minute, we just went through all of this to create this. Let's enjoy it. Tomorrow will come. We don't have to jump to the next, because if we're constantly jumping to the next, what is the point?
Exactly. And I am much in agreement with you, Jim, and that's very, very similar to my thinking. And yeah, so right now I'm enjoying this and thinking, and it was very, very taxing, energetic. It required tons of energy and
an emotional commitment, everything.
Yes, there's many, 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 many commitments to it, and I want to enjoy it, and I am consciously doing that. I'm not thinking about, I'm not poo-pooing the idea of doing something else. In the back of my mind, I know I probably will, but right now, this is the moment I'm in, and this is where I'm going to stay, and I'll know when it's time to tackle something else. And it's not now. The time is not now.
I love it. That's the way to do it. That is the way to do it. That is an important, it's just, and hopefully a lot of people hear that, because that's important. If you've done something and you're proud of it, and it's taken so much out of you, take the time to pause, breathe, reboot, refresh, and enjoy what you've just done. Because what was the point of doing all of what you just did if you're just going to jump right to the next thing, jump right to the next thing? We've created that. We don't have to always jump to the next thing, to the next thing. It's society that's created this thing of, oh, we have to do the next thing tomorrow, or you're not going to be worthy, and all that nonsense. It's all nonsense. You have created something absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
Meaningful, and it represents the essence of who you are, and all of these years of time and toil and blood, sweat, and tears and emotion, and days that weren't so great, I'm sure, and days that were phenomenal. and with the foundation on love and support of the people around you to make some of these things happen as well, and the doors that have opened. That is what it's all about, isn't
It
it, Josie?
definitely is. Yes, absolutely.
Are we
And
cousins? I think we're cousins. I think
Well,
we're
yeah, we do.
related, kindred
do.
spirits or something here. We
We
think
do
alike.
think along the same lines. I mean, I'm in total agreement with everything you said. It's like, can you read minds, Jim?
I've been told 3 things. I operate from a higher consciousness, high-level empath, and intuitive.
Ah, well, that
So,
explains it.
so more
Yeah.
than likely. Yeah.
Oh,
You really are. You're a treat. You're a blessing. You
oh
really
my
are.
God.
Yeah,
I don't know about that, but yeah, well, yeah, my sons would probably tell you differently, but
That's right. Clean up your room.
my son told me that when I used to tell him, you're going to be grounded till you're 40, and so he might give you a little bit of a different answer.
A different answer.
Yeah.
But you probably said it in that sweet voice.
I have 2 gears, Jim. This is my normal speaking
Oh.
voice, but I'm Italian, so if I have not any,
No,
I lose my temper,
I'm Irish and originally from New York, so there is that other gear that. But for
Yes.
me, you know what that gear is? That gear is if I see injustice,
Yes.
if I see people hurt, if
Yeah.
I see people stepping on the underdog, if I see people, made fun of, and
Oh, I hate that. I hate that.
that's
mockery.
when all of a sudden my feet tingle and it rises to the top, and it's like, okay, everybody duck. 99%.
Yeah.
But, and again, it's for the right reasons. It's for,
Yes.
I believe in the goodness of life. May
I
sound
do also.
Pollyanna, but hey,
No, it's not. If that's true, then here's Pollyanna sitting right in front of you here, because I definitely feel the same way.
That's what it's all about.
Oh, yeah.
Larry says it's a great CD. Good job, Josie. Kudos to you and Southport Sparrow Studios. Absolutely. Ralph says, very sweet, Jim. No way, indeed. Absolutely. Josie lives the music, right? That's what we're talking about. It's nice to meet such a sweet and interesting lady.
Thank you.
We all have a mom voice. You're talking about your son.
There she goes. Yes, that's exactly it. Yeah.
Juanita in South Africa. Are you, do your sons, are they in the industry in music? Do they have?
Actually, my older son has his own website. It's an internet radio website, and it encompasses so many different aspects. I wouldn't even know where to begin to describe it. And so there's thousands of people that go there to listen to music. My younger son started singing. He had a very beautiful voice, and when he realized, his teacher told him he'd never be able to sing Verdi, which was his favorite composer, because he didn't have the heft in his voice. He was more of in comparison to like a female soprano coloratura voice. He had a lot of mobility, and he wasn't interested in doing that kind of singing. So he just kind of said, well, I don't think I'm going to do it then. And he gave it up, and that was it. Can you hear me, Jim? Hello?
Hello.
Jim? Oh.
Hello. That's Lionel Richie, isn't it? Hello.
You hear me?
We hear you. Yeah. You
Okay.
sound good. No, so that's based on what that one teacher said. He sort of soaked that up, huh?
He did, yes. And I tried to sell him on what was the Rigoletto, those kinds of roles that were so beautiful and interesting, and the tenor didn't have to be a big dramatic tenor, but he wasn't having any of it. So
exactly. Exactly. Mary Bishop says, you're just a wonderful person, Josie. Thank you so much for your singing and your great conversation.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you.
Marcia says, it's nice to meet such a sweet and interesting lady. Really cool stuff, I tell you.
Yes,
I
it's,
hope
it's
this
so wonderful.
show has met your expectations and you enjoyed the time with me as much as I certainly have with you, Josie.
Jim, it has exceeded my expectations. It was thoroughly enjoyable, and the people who are watching are so very kind and generous, and who in their right mind would not like that? I mean, it was very enjoyable. I loved it, and thank you very much for having me as a guest, and thank you to your listeners who've been so sweet and so kind to me. It's
Our
it's all
pleasure.
good.
It's the way I wanted this to be when I designed this 25 weeks ago, is levity. You know what I mean? Levity.
That really describes it. That really described it. You've made me talk a blue streak, which I'm not inclined to do most times. So you're good. You're good.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Sarah Brightman told me that once too when I was interviewing her on public television. We were live on television. There was a Symphony in Vienna concert live nationwide on PBS.
Wow.
And I was tasked with interviewing her. And she told me after we did the live interviews during the public television special, she pulled me aside, pulled my arm, and she said, I have to tell you something, Jim. And I said, well, what's that? And she said, I told you things I never thought I was going to say, made me feel so welcome and invited and warm and comfortable and relaxed, that I was able to emote in the way that I had hoped I was going to, wasn't sure I was going to, because she's classically trained and everything is very rehearsed, and she's very, everything is exacting. But this was a live studio with all kinds of cameras and movement and action in the studio.
Mhm.
And she, it was not the norm.
I don't know where this is coming from. Something must be in here.
There's something in the air.
In the air.
Something in the air. But she was...
I'm so sorry, Jim.
Oh, that's no reason to apologize. You've been working your heart out. So she had said something similar, which was really touching and very moving. So I really appreciate those words, and you appreciate that throat lozenge right now.
I do.
That's it. That's it.
It's something tickling in here. I don't know what it is.
Tickling sensation. Absolutely. A couple of final comments in here, and then we will let you go so you can gargle.
Good idea.
That's it. Gargle. Wash those hands. It's funny how we're told to wash our hands now. Didn't Mom tell us to do that when we were children? It all comes back to, it all comes back. Thank you, Marsha. I appreciate that. And thank you, Josie. Enjoyed your conversation so much. Marsha Lyon, who's in Massachusetts, says, thank you. Have a good evening. Welcome to Levity Hall.
Thank you.
Juanita in South Africa, still with us. It's like 4 a.m. or something where she is. These are dedicated viewers. Great evening, Jim and Josie. Such a grounded and lovely lady. An amazing singer. Thanks for sharing. Kathy Short. Thank you, Josie. It's been a wonderful evening listening to you and Jim, because I like to have good conversations as much as we do all the entertainment and everything else. I like people keep telling me on this series that we've created here that we're bringing back the lost art of conversation. And that means a lot to me to be able to do that, because I think we should communicate and converse.
And your ability to make people feel comfortable is, I wouldn't describe it as a skill. It's just a natural outpouring from you that puts people at their ease, and that's a gift. So, I for one, I'm glad that you do.
I appreciate that. It's like the gift you have. Like you say, there's skill involved in both of what we do, but it's gifts that may have been given that we recognize and express through our work, which really is very fulfilling, isn't it?
Definitely.
It's really fulfilling. Anne says, this is such a fantastic evening. Love your outlook and music. Have been listening to it on YouTube. Oh, Christine says, tonight's conversation has been riveting. I also believe we should enjoy the moment. Josie is extremely talented and passionate. Thanks for sharing your gift, your sensational voice with us all. You are lovely, and now a lovity.
Oh, that was great. That's beautiful.
It's as
Thank
good as
you.
it's as good as a
Very,
It's as good as a Grammy.
I'm very appreciative.
Marsha, Jennifer Barry in Pennsylvania says, thanks for spending time with us tonight. Josie, I mean, this is really the outpouring of love and attention here. Larry says, thank you for a good show, both Josie and the chair.
Oh, thank you, Larry. Thank you for participating. You're just wonderful. You always were.
And I hope he continues to watch as well. Kathleen Walker in New York City says, great show. Loved it. Such talent. Thank you, Josie. Mona is here once again. Oh, we're crossing all of our fingers for you guys. And she's hello from Louisiana. Just had a hurricane. Thank God it's over.
Wow.
Yeah. Louisiana this year has been hit with like 3 or 4 hurricanes.
I know.
Oh, I tell you.
Dear Lord.
Well, bless you, Mona. And again, thank you very much. You love the show. You can also watch it in the archives. If you missed anything, power outages, bless everybody in New Orleans. Coming our way. Yes, the hurricane's coming to North Carolina.
Oh,
so
no.
love to you as well. Sherry, another amazing show. Thank you, Josie and Jim. Hope everyone has a wonderful night. Please take care and be safe. She's watching at Jim Masters TV on YouTube. Josie, you are sensational. I'm glad our paths have crossed in life, and I hope they do in person.
Thank you, Jim. I am just as happy about it.
That's my pleasure, and I hope we get a chance to do it and break bread one of these days soon in person and check out that dish pizza.
Yeah. Oh, you'll love it. And by the way, my CD is available at these places if that's okay to tell you.
Oh, please do.
Yeah. Okay. It can be purchased at my website, josiefalbo.net. It's also available at amazon.com. It's downloadable at iTunes, and it's on Spotify. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think those are the platforms. There may be others, but those are the main ones.
Amazon and all the rest. Yeah. All the rest. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
All these things. Exactly. Cool stuff. Congratulations on the new CD. Thank you for all of the expression of incredible talent all these years. Now people are going to go Googling or they're going to go on YouTube and listen to You Deserve a Break Today and all these things. I know that woman. That's Josie Falbo.
Oh, gosh.
Which is amazing. Do you ever hear some of it recycled? Do you ever hear you're probably like, wow, we did that years ago.
I heard a couple of things. I heard a spot that we did for... I don't know in what context. All I know that it was played. It was a spot we did for Hinckley and Schmidt, in which we had to gargle in harmony. And if you think that's easy, let me tell you, if you're dying laughing and you're gargling and the mic is up here and there's water all over the place because we could not stop laughing. But I heard that and that brought back some funny memories, that's for sure.
Gargle in harmony.
Yeah, in harmony, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I don't think that's probably the first time most people have heard that expression. That's incredible to be able to see.
I can't demonstrate, that's for sure.
That one we won't ask you to do.
Thank you.
Well, you're welcome back anytime, my friend. And this was truly extraordinary. And I really enjoyed every second of it. I know our viewers or lovities have around the world.
Lovities.
The lovities. And I hope you'll come back one of these days soon. And I hope you enjoyed the time as much as I certainly have.
I surely did. Very, very much. Thank you, Jim. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thanks to your team there, Jim there as well, for helping facilitate everything. And continued blessings. Be safe, be well. To you and yours, Josie. And
thank you.
We'll stay in touch. It was great having you with us. Okay.
And blessings to you and all the lovities.
Thank you very much. You take care. You have a good night.
Thank you.
Now go stretch those legs.
I will. Thanks, Jim.
You take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye now. What can you say? Was she not amazing, huh? Warm and genuine and empathetic and caring, talented, humble, all the things that our society could use more of. Here is that website, too, to learn more. josiefalbo.net. Thank you very much, Sherry. We appreciate that. And yes, thoughts from Mona and winds and rains coming to North Carolina tomorrow, Friday. With these hurricanes, will it ever end? 2020 is a nutty year. Prayers to all in the path. Listen to some the music from Josie Falbo, and you will definitely, at least during the time you're listening, it'll take some of your troubles away. We love it, EU. Absolutely. Good stuff. Well, gang, was this cool or what? I tell you, we turn the lights on and we do what we do, and whatever happens, happens. And it's a lot of fun doing it. And a lot of work, a lot of fun. Don't forget to relax, to breathe, to take care of one another. Absolutely. And that's what it's all about. You know, we do these shows. It's 25 weeks. I think Willie had said, are we near 175 episodes? That's more than some television series last. And we've done that in like a 6-month period. And I'm so glad that we decided to do this series, the Jim Masters Show Live. Whatever everybody gets out of it, it's, you know, a joy to do it. Entertainment, lifestyle, talk show with old school sensibilities of like the talk shows of the past with modern sensibilities and a vibe of today. That's what it's all about, gang. And if you enjoy it, spread the word, tell everybody. It's a pleasure to have you here, all of you wonderful lovities and viewers and friends watching. It's a kick every time at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific when we turn on the switch and we go live with all of you. I want to remind you, we're not done because we have more action for you. Tomorrow night, look at that face. Michael Mackesy, wonderful Broadway star and actor, musical director, and so much more. He is so excited to come on our show tomorrow. You're going to have a ball with him. We are too, and he's going to perform live. He's going to be with us live tomorrow as well. So we're going to really enjoy that. I want to let you know as well, we have another fabulous guest coming up on Friday. It's going to be a really cool conversation. Art education advocate, live and direct from New York City. We've got a wonderful guest that is Joan Firestone. Going to tell you a little bit more. You can go on our Facebook page at Jim Masters TV to learn more about her. She's extraordinary, and she's going to be here live on Friday. Then on Saturday, we have a very special, we're doing all this to put smiles on your face. We're going to do a Halloween costume party on Saturday, folks. Don't go anywhere yet. Just want to tell you a couple more cool things that are happening. We've got a Halloween costume party, and some of our viewers or lovelies are going to be dressed in costume, and they're going to be live special guests on our show. Can't wait. Thanks to those of you who've been sending in photos of you in costume or your grandkids in costume or your children in costume. Some of you, whether it's in costume now or in costume when you were in 4th grade, send those photos to jimmasterstv@gmail.com. We will include them, if we can, into our special episode Saturday night. This is exclusively on YouTube. So for those of you who are watching on Facebook right now, make sure you go over to our YouTube channel, which is where we house the Jim Masters Show Live. That is YouTube, Jim Masters TV. Subscribe to the channel. We would love that. And thanks to all of you who subscribed tonight. We noticed a lot of people subscribed tonight. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. Click that notification bell so that way there you don't miss anything. And there we are. We're going to be there on Saturday night. It's going to be really cool. 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific on YouTube. So if you're looking on Facebook for our Saturday night, we're going to be on YouTube. Join us. It's going to be fun. Costume party. It's going to be a lot of fun. At first, we weren't going to do a show on Halloween night. We were going to take the night off. But I said, what the heck? Let's do a costume party. We need as much joy as possible in our lives right now. So we're going to do that. On Sunday, we've got an incredible guest at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. Sunday, this is Neil Ross. He is a prolific, I'll step aside here. He is a prolific international British and American voice actor and announcer. He has voiced so many animated characters and so many productions, and he's just a legend. And there he is, Neil Ross. He's going to be here live. He's going to do so many of those animated voices that you remember. It's going to be really cool. We're going to have a lot of fun with Neil, live and direct from the West Coast, Sunday night. Now, that'll be 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. That'll be on YouTube and on Facebook at Jim Masters TV. Neil is with us on Sunday. And then on Monday, exclusively on our YouTube channel at a very, very special time, 3 p.m. Eastern. Now, why are we doing it at 3 p.m. Eastern? Because our guest is located in England and London. So 3 p.m. Eastern for us here on the East Coast, where this show generates from, Eastern time. It'll be 8 p.m. her time. This is international classic Irish flautist, Emer. She's incredible. McGowan. We've known each other for a long time. We were brought together for a public television special called Celtic Heart, which was produced by Tim Janis, which has aired on public television stations last year. She's incredible. I interviewed her behind the scenes as well for that public television special. We've stayed connected. All of us have become friends all these years. We've stayed friends. She wants to come on the show. She's going to be here live from London. She's extraordinarily talented. She is just a brilliant person, and she's going to be here 3 p.m. Eastern, which is noon Pacific. So those of you in Europe and other places where it's usually late at night when we do our show, you'll be able to watch us live. And all of her fans in Ireland, Scotland, and England and beyond will be able to catch her as well. So we're going to do the show Monday, this Monday, at 3 p.m. Eastern. Now, this is exclusively on YouTube. So those of you, again, on Facebook who tune in and say, where's Jim on Monday? Jim will be on YouTube. Me. That is this Monday, 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific, and 8 p.m. in Ireland, Scotland, and England, which happens to be Western European time. So I'm moving it around. I'm trying to accommodate some of the guests that we're getting who are phenomenal from an international audience where it's, late at night. If we did it at 7 o'clock at night, it would be midnight for her. So we're going to do it at 3. She'll be here. And I'll remind you guys over the weekend, she's going to be incredible. She's really excited. She's extraordinarily talented. She's going to be here on Monday on YouTube, Jim Masters TV. So I encourage you, go over to that YouTube channel, subscribe to the channel, give it some lovity, click that notification bell, and so that way you don't miss any of the updates and the content, and spread the word. Tell everybody she's going to be here Monday, and tell everybody about our show. We're on every night doing this for you guys. So a lot of cool people coming up, and many, many more. Of course, we have the legend, Phil Coulter. We have so many people. Glenn Scarpelli is going to be with us on November 11th. November 11th, Glenn Scarpelli, who starred in One Day at a Time on CBS, and he's just incredible. He's here on November 11th. Phil Coulter, legendary multi-platinum record producer and musician and songwriter, responsible for the careers of so many people, live from Ireland, coming up on the 15th of November, and so many others. We just booked about 7 more people. We are now booking guests into mid-December and January. We have guests booked for January already, which I can't believe. This has really turned into something else here that is beyond what I could have thought. Marcia in Massachusetts, you have a wonderful evening. Larry says, oh, wow. Larry, spread the word. Tell everybody about the YouTube channel. Tell everybody about our show. We love it. We love it. Good to have you with us, Larry. Great comments tonight, too. Juanita says, been an awesome, awesome show. Thanks, Jim. Good night, everyone. Stay safe. You as well. Mary Bishop says, good night, everyone. Praying for folks in the path of the hurricane. Everyone stays safe. I love that. I love that. It is 2100. Wow. Yes, that's right. Early show. It'll be an early show. And let's see. We have so many comments here. I don't always get to all of them because sometimes it scrolls too fast, but I try to get to as many as we can because I'm very viewer-centric. I like communicating with you guys. Good night, Jim. Have a great night. Bye, all. Love you, Kathleen. You too. You be well. Nice show, Jim. Thank you very much, Larry. We've been doing this for 25 weeks every night, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, live on YouTube at Jim Masters TV, Facebook, Jim Masters TV, Periscope, and Twitch at Jim Masters TV. Good to have you with us, Larry. I hope you'll be a regular viewer and joining us. And I know, 2 hours and 50 minutes, and I've been standing the whole time. Could you imagine that? I hope I get a spa certificate for Christmas from Santa to have my feet rubbed. Thank you, Jim, for a wonderful and relaxing evening. Good night, all. You too, and we'll see you tomorrow. Mona, Louisiana. Yes, love your show. Going to watch it in archives. Hope you have a great night. Mona, thank you very much. I'm glad you guys got through the hurricane. You guys have been hit in Louisiana so much. We have family in Louisiana. My cousin's husband's family is from there. Claudia says, hey, wanted to say goodnight to you, Jim, and all the lovelies. Hope everyone had a good night. You as well, Claudia. Thanks for all the levity. Thanks for all of the support. Don't forget, as I mentioned, relax, breathe, love one another, take care of one another, be good to yourself. We're going to get this in under 3 hours, I promise. Thank you very much to the wonderful Josie Falbo for joining us. I know iconic is an interesting word, but she really is an icon in the industry. Singer, entertainer, and truly a breath of fresh air. Beautiful, beautiful person. Her latest CD as well. And you can go to josiefalbo.net to get that. Tomorrow night, look at that face. Michael Mackesy, Broadway actor and star, a musical director, and so much more. He is so stoked about being here. I am very happy to have him on the show tomorrow night, live. We want to thank also tonight for this particular episode. We say thank you to our friends at LMG, Lampkin Music Group, for their time and love and attention and support. We love them as well. Absolutely, absolutely. And of course, don't forget, levity. Try to spread the levity. Again, that was something, a phrase we just coined accidentally when I said love and levity, and all of a sudden levity came out and everybody says, stay with that word. I think it's a cool word too, levity. Don't forget to smile. Share the smile. We could all use smiles, right? You know? And find your Zen place. We already know that Jen Barry in Allentown, Pennsylvania loves the mountains. So find your Zen place. Mine is loved ones, friends, loving family, the work that I do in the career, cycling, tennis, and the ocean as well. All right, gang. Love you guys. Thanks for a terrific show with Josie tonight. Tomorrow will be entertaining with Michael. You have such great lineups. Thank you very much. We work hard behind the scenes here, as you know, Christine, and we appreciate you being such a faithful levity as well here on the Jim Masters Show live. And thanks to all of you who have been complimenting our set here. We've been tweaking, doing a lot of different things. It's been a work in progress as we've gone along all these months, and can't wait till Christmas. It's going to be cool. All right, gang, we're going to sign off. Got that right. Jen is Zen, and she loves her mountains. So we're going to wrap. I have not had dinner yet, and it's 10 o'clock p.m. So we're going to have dinner. We toast all of you. George Burns, he got at this thing again. I know you guys want me to show the characters, so I slipped them in. We're going to go past 3 hours, but what the heck? I'm used to doing that on the air anyway in my professional life. George says hello. George says goodnight. I know you want to make sure that the characters are here. I promise. I know you guys want to see Lin, that huge panda. Lin is going to be here Saturday night for the Halloween costume party show. I promise. We'll somehow fit Lin on this set for Saturday night. Lin doesn't need to be in costume because Lin is a fantastic panda. So we're going to keep Lin as is, but I'll be in costume. All right, gang. Don't forget, one more time, if you want to have your pictures and photos displayed during our Halloween costume party episode this Saturday, send them to jimmasters.tv@gmail.com by this Friday, the 30th of October, so we can get them in, because it takes a lot of time to download them and upload them. So we want to get that all done by Friday, so we have everything intact for Saturday. And Jeannie says goodnight. We'll always have these on the show for you guys, because I know this makes our show unique. Jeannie's here, and Jeannie says goodnight to you guys. And I know you love Silver, so we'll show Silver, who we got on that TV shoot in Switzerland. Silver's there. Silver says goodnight. These are all of our, if you're watching the first time and saying, what the heck is this guy doing showing these things? These go back many, many weeks. These, we did a nostalgic week, showed some of these characters, and everybody fell in love, and they want them part of the show. So got this on a TV shoot when I was in Europe, in Switzerland. And this is Silver, the Silver Lab, part of our show. Keeps things under control. Behind the scenes, sort of one of our production assistants, Silver. Good job, Silver, tonight. And there's Jimmy. There you go. This is a childhood toy, actually. Where's your other arm? There you go. Your pants are coming down. Got to straighten you out, Jimmy. What's going on? This is actually made of porcelain. Show those blue feet. There you go. Face is porcelain. Everything's porcelain. This was actually a childhood toy that I got one Christmas from my parents. And favorite color is green. Really cool. And cherish this cool item. And we named him Jimmy for the show. And there he is. And he says goodnight to you. And you know what? With everything we've been going through lately in our crazy world in this year, there's a smile for you. And if I'm ever away or on vacation in Acapulco, I'll have Jimmy fill in. And one more, you know who's coming up here, right? That would be With Love from Dream of Denver. Gilligan. Bob Denver, who played Gilligan, his lovely wife, Dreama. Aloha, Jim, Dream of Denver. She was a guest on our show. You can see that episode. If you go back in the archives, you can see that episode. She lovingly sent this as a gift, and she said, I love your set, Jim. I love the cast of characters, but you're missing Gilligan. So she sent Gilligan. And what else do we normally do? We actually haven't done this in a while. Let me get this while the set falls apart. Lights, camera, action. But we're going to do it in reverse. We usually do this in the beginning, so we're going to do it to close things out. That's a wrap. That's a bye. A bye meaning that take was really good. So good night, everybody. Lights, camera, action as we get ready to sign off. And that's about it. And one other little cool thing here. I got a belated birthday gift. I don't know what it is. And thanks to all of you who sent those. I'm still getting things from September. You didn't have to. Somebody sent me this. Look at this cool little gift. It's a little package with a little bow. I have no idea what's in it. We haven't opened it yet, but I'm going to open it probably this Saturday with our Halloween costume party. And we will reveal what is in this little box that came in the mail yesterday. Also, I have cookies coming from Florida from one of our guests. I won't say who it is, but we're going to reveal those cookies tomorrow. She asked if we got the cookies today, but we haven't had a chance. I was on the air all day today. Didn't have a chance to get over to the post office to retrieve the box of fresh baked cookies coming from Florida from one of our fabulous guests who was on the show, a week and a half ago. Fresh baked famous cookies that she's known for. Sent them our way because I just happen to say I love cookies. I can't believe it. That box is waiting in the post office. I better go get them because they're going to be gone if I don't. Maybe the people at the post office will go, wait, there's cookies in there. All right, gang. Night to the original cast of characters in Gilligan and Lin-Lin. Gilligan is cool and Silver and the Bottle cool. I know. We got to do a few shows too where it's just us. We have that planned. In December, we're going to do some special holiday episodes and things and bring you guys in. LOL. Lin-Lin chillin'. Say goodnight to Gracie. That's right. Good night, Gracie. Good night, Jim and Loveties. See you tomorrow, Michael. Good night. Stay safe. Good night. We love you too. Thanks for tonight. Mona, thank you very much. We really appreciate that. You guys are the best. All right, so we're going to officially sign off for the 35th time, I believe. And we will see you tomorrow. All right, just looking for anything else here that we need to say or need to do. I think we got everything covered here. Now it's time to have Din Din. Thank you, Mona. I appreciate that. Rest those feet. Good night, all. Sleep well. You too, Claudia. It's always a pleasure to have you here. And it's a pleasure to have all of you here as well. This is your host, Jim Masters, thanking you for your time. This time till next time, which will be in this same spot with the cast of characters and hopefully with you. If not, if you've missed anything, feel free to watch all of the archived shows at Jim Masters TV on YouTube. One more comment coming in. Din Din with Lin Lin. Yes, couch wiggles. Okay. I know you love our theme song. So get ready to wiggle, Jennifer Berry in Allentown, Pennsylvania, because here comes the Jim Masters Singers and Orchestra with our closing music and theme music for the show. Thanks, gang. This was terrific. A great night tonight. We had a lot of fun. And thanks for being with us all around the world. We'll see you tomorrow night. Okay, you be well. You take care. Don't let anything or anyone get you down. You just keep moving forward and keep being you. That's what we're all doing. That's it. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night.